Hi, this is the Three Amigops, and we're gonna do classic rock bands today. We got Jonathan Davis from Korn. Hi, John.
Hi.
And we also got Jack from the hit movie Jack and Jill. We got Adam Sandler. Sorry.
Hello.
All right, so we're doing classic rock bands. These is all classic rock for the old head. We're going old school with this. Okay, we're really getting into the weeds. We're not doing the rule with anything over 25 is classic rock here. That's ridiculous. We're not counting White Stripes at the moment. All right. This
Is that a thing that exists? I've never heard that.
That's
Yeah,
the
people
rule.
are just counting like 90s stuff.
That's the rule. We're past that. It's 2000s now. Like that's
Really?
that's the
Oh,
rule
yeah.
of thumb. I've heard the Strokes on classic rock
wow.
radio.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see Nirvana on here.
Yeah,
So-
no, this is like actual legit classic rock. We're getting old today, all right? Starting off with AC/DC. Now, for reference, I listen to a lot of music, so when I think of an artist, I think of everything the band has ever done, ever. AC/DC's a C tier.
Yeah,
the most boring guitar riffs in any band ever, except for 2 songs.
I like AC/DC a lot, but they've released so many versions of the exact same album.
Literally, Back in Black is like this is essentially like a best of album.
Yeah.
Of like, here's a lot of the sounds that you were used to before the guy died. Now we're going to keep doing that for the next 40 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they've been around for like 40 years. They still haven't figured out a different guitar riff. They're all the same.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
works though. I mean, they sell out.
They're
So much.
they have great songs, but they're just so safe. And like everyone, like so I'm just counting like I always forget the singer's name.
Bon Scott?
Bon Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
Bon Scott era. Basically, everyone remembers one song from every album. And in my honest opinion, if you have a career that's 40 years long and no one can name a second album off like one of your biggest albums ever sold, that's bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
I don't feel
really
bad
bad.
about putting them in C.
They're C
Yeah.
tier. They're C tier. They have to be. It's ridiculous.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
rocks. I love Aerosmith. I don't
start,
love them.
I start hating Aerosmith
70s.
after Permanent Vacation. Everything after that is
That's so true.
terrible.
That is so true.
Their deeper cuts are better than their like
Yeah,
popular
Rocks
stuff.
is awesome, and I
Yup.
mean
Jaded. The song Jaded. Love
yeah,
that
Jaded's
song.
good. That's one of their better like late stage stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like their hard rock stuff is really, really, really good.
Yeah, like
And then
Dude looks like a
Nobody's
lady.
Fault.
Love
Well, no,
Nobody's
no.
Fault is amazing.
then we get to the 80s when they get all poppy and it's
Yeah,
like, okay, now we're getting, it's like kind of schlocky and then nosedive.
90s they went just straight ballads.
Yeah, because the biggest hits in the 80s was
Like-
after the funny, goofy stuff was stuff like Jamie's Got a Gun.
Yeah, Get a Grip. I can't stand anything on that album.
I think I only liked Eat the Rich off the top of my head.
I
didn't even listen.
I also
to
wouldn't hate putting them C, but
Yeah.
maybe. But their highs are really high. Like,
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'd say B.
I think they go.
they definitely go above AC/DC.
I'd move AC. I was willing to put AC/DC in D, but
No, because they're not bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's from Back in Black onward. They just become the stereotype. They have some really good fun stuff beforehand. But Aerosmith, yeah, it's the same. It's like they're higher. Their highs are higher than AC/DC. Their lows are lower than AC/DC.
I think I just realized there's no Beatles on here.
Yeah, there is.
Where?
They do it. By
Oh
team.
yeah,
I don't know why, but oh gosh,
yeah.
High-
I feel good about C. I think
highest
that
in
makes sense.
C. All right.
They also suffer from the same issue as AC/DC. They are not a very creative guitar
Oh,
band.
dude,
Really?
How can you say that about Joe Perry?
I like
insane.
Joe Perry's cool, but I'm not a fan. I'm not like
no,
a fan of
dude.
him.
If you listen to like, even from their first album to Rocks, it's crazy. They go from like boogie rock on like Mama Kin to having like straight up heavy metal on
I haven't
Nobody's
listened to
Fault.
I haven't listened to anything later than like after the song. I don't even know if I listened to the full album. The Jaded song. Anything later.
Yeah. No, that's like 2000.
Really?
That's 2001.
Yeah, that is way,
Really?
Yeah.
I love that song.
That's
That's,
like
like one of my favorite
full-
songs.
That's like Steven Tyler, like full lip filler Steven Tyler.
Ooh, when he looked weird, like it looks like a monster now.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he looks like a really, really, really bad Johnny Depp.
He looks like do you know those two identical twin brothers that are like full of plastic surgery. Do you know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
have you ever
Oh
seen?
my
Oh yes, I know
Looks
exactly what you're
exactly
talking
like
about.
that.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
That's good. Okay. Allman Brothers Band, I really have no strong opinions about.
I like them a lot, actually.
I think
They're fun.
I like them less than. I don't know if I'd say I like them less than the two other. I don't feel good about putting them in D.
yeah, they're not worse than.
They're not worse
AC/DC.
in any regard. I'd say they're definitely better.
Yeah.
but I think I like them less.
Yeah, they're a good band, but I don't think anyone's super into them.
I really like a couple of theirs. I really like Midnight Rider.
Yeah, Midnight
Yeah,
Rider's
yeah.
awesome.
Jessica is also
Yeah.
good song.
Any song by them that's named after a woman is a masterpiece. I mean, Melissa's awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, we could go lowest in B.
Yeah, I
have
think that makes sense.
It's like a 7 out of 10. That
yeah,
they're the Oscar bait of bands.
yeah.
We'll get into this is my
Okay.
bread and butter.
Beach Boys.
I love the Beach Boys. One of
Okay.
the greatest bands of all time.
Beach Boys for me is the exact same thing as Aerosmith,
I
where
strongly agree.
they have some of the best music ever, and they have some of the worst music ever.
Yeah,
Post Crazy. Was his name Mark Wilson? I'm blanking on his name right now.
Brian.
Ryan
I
Wilson.
thought you were the big
I love
Beach
their
Boys
music. I
fan,
just-
dude.
I
What's
just
going
watched
on?
I watched their Disney Plus documentary recently. It's pretty good, but you could tell they cut out some of the stuff where he was like seriously crazy. But post him being kind of nuts, like when he went all out with Pet Sounds, everything after that is kind of like it's not as solid. But
Yeah.
their early work to Pet Sounds is like amazing.
I like
They're like 4 surf rock albums that the exact same aren't that great.
Sloop John B.
Soup John B is great. Fun.
I don't like fun.
I love that.
Honestly, there's something about it. It's almost like too happy. It feels. I
It's
don't know.
kinda
Fractured
creepy, right?
happiness.
Yeah, I
it
like
kinda-
it.
kinda
I love
makes
that
me-
it's kinda
It makes
creepy.
me a little bit angry.
It makes to me it's like kind of creepy how happy it is. I love.
I can see that.
It's
Yeah.
like the thing with the thing with Beach Boys is that Pet Sounds is carrying them so hard that I don't, because I remember someone said like, oh, the Beach Boys versus the Beatles. And I went, are you on like drugs?
I think a lot of people hold the opinion that they could be even, but I just don't
It's
think.
because
No.
one of their albums is
Yeah, I
even
don't
to the
think people
Beatles.
are well versed enough in the Beach Boys.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
because like there's no way you're putting the people who made Kokomo
Oh yeah,
next to the Beatles.
I
Are
do. That
you
is
on
a
something?
fun song, but I mean, it's.
I think that's as much as
Yeah,
I love
come
their
on.
music personally. A lot of their stuff boils down to it's really fun to listen to.
yeah,
beyond-
yeah. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I feel
but,
like
like,
that.
Yeah, but
They
I
made all their important like deep stuff during Pet Sounds, and the rest of it's
Yeah.
just kind of fun music.
When was Smile Sessions?
That was after. That was like that's like their
post-
music they released after he was like
After he went
kinda
crazy?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
made that stuff.
That's like their more psychedelic.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
made the Smile sessions like on his own. Like he
Oh,
would just
I
bring
did
them
not know
in.
that.
He would bring the other Beach Boys in to just record it.
honestly, I think I'd put Beach Boys like above Aerosmith, but I don't know if I'd put them in B.
I could live with
I think
C,
I'd
but
put
it
them
hurts.
below. I think I'd put them below Aerosmith.
I wouldn't personally. I love their music.
It's
I
2 to
wouldn't
1.
personally.
You can put them above. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just not consistent.
Yeah.
Billy Joel's consistent.
Big
Billy
Bill.
Joel's very
He's
consistent.
Bad
still
Bill.
releasing that. The newest song he released is still good. It's
Dude,
like,
he's
pretty good.
he rules. I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Although I do really, with burning passion, dislike "We Didn't Start the Fire." I don't like that song one bit.
It's overplayed.
overplayed.
I feel
Yeah.
the same way about, or I used to kind of feel the same way about Bohemian Rhapsody, but then I re-listened to the song and I was like, what's wrong with me?
No,
Great,
I did that
great.
with both Piano Man
Yep.
and then We Didn't Start the Fire. But then I re-listened to, after I didn't listen to a while, to Piano Man, and I go, wow, that's so beautiful. Then We Didn't Start the Fire. I'm like, oh my god, it's hokey buzzwords for like 4 minutes. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Have you
It's
heard the
the Fallout Boy
Oh,
version.
yeah.
So bad.
Dude, I can't wait for somebody else to make one for
Well-
like the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
No, but like that's the funny thing is that everyone says the Fall Out Boy version's bad. It's the same.
It's the exact
thing.
same song.
No, yeah, it's the same
but
song.
It's the same thing. It's the same premise.
But let's not let one song ruin a very,
Oh,
very
no,
great
yeah,
artist.
no.
He
Billy
is-
Joel's going
I
in
think he
A
well
tier,
deserves that.
obviously. Like that's an obvious thing. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
I don't.
there's no doubt about that.
You know, like underrated one, Uptown Girl. Oh god.
More Than a Woman is one of the most beautiful songs I think
oh
ever
my
written.
gosh.
Yeah.
I think ever written by.
She's always a woman.
She was always a woman.
Yeah, more
Sorry,
than a woman.
was
Bee
Bee
Gees.
Gees.
Yep.
But She's Always a Woman is one of the most
Oh,
beautiful
Bee Gees
songs
aren't on
ever.
here. Well, I guess they're more disco.
Good, because I'd dunk on him.
Really?
I do not like the Bee Gees one. I feel
Nights on
like
Broadway.
Oh, Nights on Broadway's so good.
You put me on
Jive
that song.
talking.
Dude.
it's here's the thing with Bee Gees. It's like I go with Bee Gees and I go, this is okay. Then I listen to gonna be that guy for a second. A black artist also do disco
Yeah,
before
no, that's fair.
Bee Gees, and I go,
That's fair.
wow, this is objectively better.
Yeah, but when I put on the Bee Gees, I just had to like pop my really sharp collar, get on my bell bottoms, and it's
Valid.
no doubt about it.
It is
Just start
strutting
dancing.
music.
Yeah,
All right, Black Sabbath.
That's an S tier.
yeah.
to
That's
be honest with you.
I feel like
Okay.
there is discussion for
The issue is Ozzy left. If he never
no,
left-
because the Dio stuff is good.
No,
Heaven and Hell is
Heaven
good.
and Hell is
the rest
awesome.
of the stuff is alright.
There's a lot of not consistent stuff in the discography, even with Ozzy.
Yeah,
His later stuff.
I feel
when they
like
were fighting.
I feel like their influence shouldn't bring them to S, because I feel like
Okay.
it should just be like about how
but
good.
they do have like 3 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, I could see. I would say
And-
above Billy Joel.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Heaven and Hell is like a 8 at least. It's like not
Yeah,
a,
no,
a
it's
great
it's
album.
good album.
They have like classic after classic after classic after classic.
Yeah,
In the space of metal. I mean,
I'd say high A.
Yeah.
actually, you know what? High ARS. I actually changed
Yeah.
my mind.
I could live with I love them in S. I love Black Sabbath.
When it comes to tier lists, I'm an S stickler, so I think S is perfection. And right
Well,
now,
there's no such thing as a perfect discography if we're looking at all this.
yeah, that's fair.
So I feel like the best we.
I think they're S. I think Paranoid, Master
All right, no,
Reality.
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm doing lowest in S. I'll be the tiebreaker. Bob Dylan.
I'm not a fan.
I love Bob
I'll say
Dylan.
it. I'm not a fan.
I,
at
lo-
all.
I do love me some Bob. I'm thinking Bob Dylan's an A. This man's got
he's
so
an
many
A.
classics.
He's an A, but like he
There's
has
some
the
bad
same
stuff.
the same issue as Black Sabbath.
I'm
has.
just gonna keep my mouth quiet on Bob
but
Dylan.
He kept making music.
Well,
was
no,
his
no.
biggest issue.
I think this is a different thing. All right, Black Sabbath kept making music the same way. Bob Dylan, he at least tried stuff.
Yeah, with the Wii, but like he tried stuff and he failed. And the thing is, he released it. Like someone, you know who did this? Frank Zappa did something where he would just release more music
Yeah.
that was just
Yeah.
all different.
But
some of
literally-
the stuff he just didn't release.
I respect that. I like
His estate releases. My dad and I listened to his new stuff. Like, well, new. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
But
Yeah.
it's still. I mean, he has a whole vault. I bet.
Well, Prince does too.
Yeah, I'm sure that there will be Frank Zappa and potentially even Prince music being released like well into my middle age.
I mean,
he has
you know,
so many.
Lou Reed does this too. I mean,
Yeah.
I like it to a degree because I value when people attempt to try something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, I know Zappa on here.
But and like famous.
Oh my God, Frank Zappa would also be an instant A, like highest in
Yeah.
Yeah, Zappa's awesome.
I wouldn't put him S though, because he does. Have you ever heard him attempting a rap?
Yeah, it's bad.
Absurd,
I
really
saw it,
absurd.
I saw it on TikTok. Actually, it was funny.
Yeah,
But
Bob Dylan.
he reached TikTok. They got him.
oh yeah.
Oof.
Bob Dylan's A, but he's not S. Bob Dylan's very,
I-
very, very good. And his
I'd put him under Billy Joel because Billy Joel's more consistent than Bob
Yeah,
Dylan.
I agree.
his switch to rock and roll was just like that's legendary.
Have you ever heard Billy Joel's classical album?
No,
He is a purely classical orchestral.
he's a crazy
Yeah.
musician.
Yeah.
Like it,
Oh, he's fantastic.
Have you ever heard his? I feel like you maybe would have. It's he has like a borderline metal band before he went
No,
solo.
no, I didn't
It's like
hear-
a like a super heavy psych band.
Oh, here's a fun fact. Did you know what the reason why Billy Joel? This is a total. We're going back to Billy Joel, but do you know why Billy Joel was ever in a rock band game?
No.
So he was anti rock band because
Okay.
he viewed it as why don't you learn how to play a real instrument, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think it was The Office made a joke when Rock Band added the piano in Rock Band 3, saying who would ever want to play Billy Joel in a rock band
Oh,
game?
that really pissed him off.
Oh, it pissed him off so much he put in about 20 songs within a year.
Jesus.
he got really mad, and
Wow.
and he still gave a song every now and then. So yeah.
Yeah, musically fantastic, but bit of a douchebag. I'll be honest. Have you heard? Do you know the story about his drummer, like his longtime drummer that he was like buddies with, and then he like cut him out of a contract? There's like a documentary about it.
Wait, I just realized Tom Petty isn't on here.
oh what?
That's a crime.
I love Tom Petty.
Tom Petty would be solidly A.
They have
Yeah.
almost every member of the Traveling Wilburys, except for Tom Petty.
Wow.
Oh, they have every one actually. They have every single
And
one.
honestly,
Oh, they don't
he's,
have
he's maybe the coolest. No, Jeff Lynne's pretty cool.
Jeff Lynne's the man.
Yeah.
All right, Blue Oyster Cult. I would.
I'm a
Highest
big
in-
Blue Oyster Cult fan.
I like a select handful of songs.
Yeah.
The rest of them I just haven't listened to.
No, but that's the thing about them. They have their hits are good. Like I mean, Godzilla.
Their hits are good. They have a lot of variety.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they're so wildly different that I think you're gonna find an era you just don't like.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Like their first album was a Transmaniacon. Was that one? It's one of their first.
I think their first album was self-titled The Black and White, right?
That's right.
But that's like
more like
then came The Last Days of May. That's like very psychedelic.
it's psychedelic,
Yeah.
right? It's psychedelic.
And then,
they
I
do
mean, by
prog.
the 80s, they went to like REO Speedwagon sounding like pop rock, but
Yeah. So and like the pop rock thing is kind of not as appealing as
I think they do it well.
They
I really
do
think they do it well.
But I find their earlier work way more.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Entertaining.
I
So-
think it's a lot more, there's more musicianship there. I agree.
I think like the highest in B or low. There's gonna be a lot of A's.
I feel good about B.
Like highest in B.
Yeah.
Because they're really good. Like B's
Yeah.
like, like 8 out of 10 band. Like
Yeah.
they're really good. It's just more they went on.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Right.
Boston's a tough one.
Boston's tough because they made a 10 out of 10 album.
Yeah.
First
and then-
album's fantastic. Issue, more music came out.
Yeah.
Such a good album. Okay, band.
They have a lot of other hits.
They're not as good as the ones that all came off of this one
yeah,
album.
I think either low B or C.
I can do low B.
Yeah, I agree. Creedence Clearwater.
Bump them up there. I love CCR.
Yeah, no, they're good.
No, yeah, they really don't.
I love
They're-
CCR.
I
They-
can't think of a song by them I don't like.
Yeah, honestly, I'd put them above Billy Joel.
Run Through the Jungle.
I wouldn't put them above Billy Joel.
All right. Well, Jack's the tiebreaker here.
yeah, what do you think?
Billy Joel's above 'em.
Yeah.
Billy Joel's above?
I love
Okay.
Billy Joel.
Okay. Because I really like a lot of Creedence.
Yeah.
And even
No, yeah, they're good.
even their last album, which like isn't that good, like that's because the band hated each other and they broke up. Like that's expected,
You know they're not Southern. They're from, I think they're either from California or Chicago.
The lead
Fogerty.
singer.
Yeah,
is-
John Fogerty.
He's got the weird thing where he goes Hoyd. You know what I mean? He says Hoyd.
Oh yeah,
instead of
I
Herd.
think he might be from Chicago.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
from one of those areas. But fun fact, John Fogerty this year got his rights back to his music. He just did.
Wow. What was his brother's name in the band? I don't remember.
Mike, maybe.
I feel like you said the same thing about Brian Wilson. I think you called him Mike. I think you got Mike on the brain.
I got Mike.
You
on
just
the
keep
brain.
saying Mike.
It'll hit eventually. There's got to be one Mike in one of these bands.
Chicago, I was never a Chicago fan.
My mom's a big fan.
Saturday in the Park.
They're good, but
Rules.
that's all I was like, I listen to a lot of them because of my mother, but I'm not like
They
a
have their
Chicago
ups and
fan.
downs.
They're so inconsistent.
I'm a fan, but I don't really care where they're put as long as it's like C or above. But no.
I think they're better than Aerosmith.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they're not as good as the Beach Boys.
I agree.
Yeah. What is this? This is
Cream.
Oh, that's
Cream's
Cream.
So good. Eric Clapton, come on.
I don't know if I can
I
name more than one album by Cream though.
Yeah, they're
but
kind
maybe
of
that's just me
one
not
guy.
being well versed.
They're good. I've listened to a lot of their stuff because I like Eric Clapton. I think
Yeah,
they have a couple pretty good albums.
I think I like his stuff with Derek and the Dominoes better.
Yeah.
Like Layla is
obviously.
that whole album is. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're better than they're like on the level of Chicago. They're like pretty
Yeah,
good.
no, I agree.
Yeah, they're all right. All right. Well, we can put them under Chicago. That's fine. Bowie. All right, Bowie. I
I like them.
think David Bowie's like a S tier.
Yeah.
If anything, higher than
Yeah.
Very good. He's David Bowie.
Like-
I mean, he's one of those people. He just goes without saying he's David Bowie. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
he's the guy.
And he
right?
adapted fantastically to the 80s, like going
he's
from
just-
glam rock to like a new wave dance rock sound.
He's
There's-
just like
Oh no! Hold
insanely
on,
creative
hold on.
person.
You skip. It's glam rock to art rock.
Oh, yeah.
to
Yeah,
then-
yes.
because the art rock phase was also phenomenal.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. No, I feel good about him.
I like
in
Hunky
ARS.
Dory.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Great
Hunky
album.
Dory. Oh, Ziggy Stardust. Even his last album, Black Star, literally one of my favorite. It's so good.
Very
Such a good album.
Bowie's amazing.
And honestly, I think he's better than Black Sabbath.
He's
That's-
definitely more.
100%.
Him himself is more creative than
Yeah,
like
no, I agree.
the band Black
I
Sabbath.
agree.
Yeah.
like 10,000%.
I think I'd rather listen to Black Sabbath, but I
I
won't
think Bowie's
disagree.
more of a creative.
I won't
Like he's
disagree, yeah.
a better artist.
Yeah, he's just that talented.
Deep Purple is just all right.
No,
I'm
I
not
love
a
Deep Pur-
huge-
I love Deep Purple.
Deep Purple, I like a couple albums, but I think They just went on too long.
I agree, but I absolutely love Deep Purple.
No, they're pretty good. I think like
There's so many offshoots of Deep Purple as well. I feel like so many
Yeah.
metal bands came out of
Rainbow.
Deep Purple. Rainbow, anything with Richie Blackmore,
Yeah.
really.
because they're important because they're
Yeah.
like one of the first metal bands after
Yeah.
Black Sabbath. But like, it's a lot like what's that band? War. Right,
yeah.
where there's so many lineup changes, so many things
Yeah.
that sound different. But the thing is, the issue with Deep Purple, though, and it's the same issue with War, is basically people remember one, maybe two songs, and then that's it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to base it off of just popular.
Well, I'm not basing it off popularity.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, it's such like even all the phases of Deep Purple, people don't really care about.
Yeah, no, that's true.
because they're not that great. And we're thinking like classic, And what was it when they were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Everyone was mad. It's like, why didn't you include every member? It's like, are you insane?
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be. You might as well just include every '80s metal band.
Yeah, exactly. And like some of their stuff just
I think
isn't.
even Whitesnake is an offshoot of
Yes.
Deep Purple in
Who?
some capacity.
Yes.
I don't remember who.
Someone from Whitesnake was in Deep Purple. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. That is 100% true. So like, I'd say they're like B tier.
I agree. Yeah, I'm comfortable with.
I'll
B.
hold my tongue. I'm not a huge fan.
Under Blue Oyster Cult.
I'd say under. Yeah, no, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
they're pretty good, but it's just
Yeah.
they're not.
Dire Straits, I don't know a thing about.
Dire
I'm forgetting
Straits,
of them.
rock.
I don't know.
Mark Knopfler is one of the greatest guitarists to
I know
ever
about
pick
him.
up a guitar.
I know about. I know
Actually,
about
fun
3
fact:
songs.
they had the first. I'm pretty sure the first 3D music video that was all computer
Wow.
graphics, and they hired the team that went on to later do Reboot and Transformers: Beast Wars.
Huh?
The Mark Knopfler himself, if it was just him, he would be S.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
really.
and
good,
he
but-
basically carried the band because he was like his guitar work is insane. Never
Yep.
used a pick. He pinches. He's just like he's insane.
Very,
He-
very good guitarist.
I
But
think I don't know about the band as a whole to really. Have
I
an
mean,
opinion.
I mean, I
honestly, just their hits are like awesome. Like
Yeah.
Walk of Life.
I'd say they're B as well.
Yeah.
I'd honestly put them under Black Sabbath. No, I'm sorry, not under Deep Purple. Sorry,
yeah, I agree.
I feel comfortable with that.
Okay,
because it's
fine.
So whatever. It's whatever.
It's fine. I like Dire Straits a lot.
I mean, they're really good. This is the
Yeah.
really good tier, right? B is
Yeah.
is not a bad thing. Doobie Brothers, they're okay.
I'd like to do Brothers.
I like them, but I'm not like gonna die. On
I'm not a
Doobie
diehard
Brothers hill.
fan.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna hate them if they're on, but I'm not gonna go like, oh man, the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
have. Off the top of my head, I know like 3 songs. I know like Long Train Running, and I know like
China Grove.
Yeah, China Grove.
yeah, and then what's the one they made? Listen to the Music.
Yeah, no,
know
I
that.
mean they have some good just like soft rock hits. They have some of their deeper cuts are pretty diverse stylistically, but I think I don't really care where we put them. They write. I don't. Yeah, I think it was them that I heard this about. They wrote like super complicated music that like they as a band could not play sometimes, which is weird to me. So
Yeah.
they had a lot of session musicians, not nearly as much as like Steely Dan, but. They did have a decent amount of session musicians. I don't really care where we put them.
yeah.
I feel like C, like mid C.
Mid C.
I put them below. I put them below Aerosmith.
Okay. Okay.
Eagles rock. Eagles are cool.
I hate the Eagles.
Wow.
You hate the Eagles?
I think they're so boring.
I
They're
think
like
that is a decently common opinion.
yeah.
I think okay, like first of all, Hotel California,
I don't like Hotel
garbage
California.
song.
Yeah.
I
Whoa.
hate it. So boring, bland,
I'm not a fan.
The
uninteresting.
guitar solo.
I love In the City though.
Yeah,
Life in the
City.
Fast Lane, pretty good song.
Yep.
Tequila Sunrise.
Eh.
Oh, okay. The issue with them, I find, is a lot of their music when it's not their like heavier or like more like Hotel California-esque. I know you guys hate that song apparently.
I don't hate
but,
it. I just am
they're
not
more
Oh, I hate
Hotel,
it.
they're more Hotel California-esque, like longer ballads. All tend to sound the same a little bit.
Yeah.
Tequila Sunrise sounds exactly like the song about
Desperado?
and the song about that girl cheating. I don't remember the name of.
Witchy Woman.
No, it's Lion Eyes. They all sound the
Oh,
same.
I love Lion Eyes.
Yeah, but they all. If you listen
Take it
to
to the
Lion,
limit. So good.
listen to Lion Eyes and then listen to Tequila Sunrise, they are very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles, I really think that they are just an average rock band from that era that got hard carried by Hotel California so much
I
that
think-
they just magically, like, honest to God, like if you put an Eagle, if you didn't know what the Eagles were
Yeah.
and you just tossed them in a playlist with a bunch of other classic rock bands, I genuinely don't think you can pick them out.
That's fair. I think
yeah,
for the
no.
rest of the list, comparatively,
I'd
they're
say
like a D tier.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I was gonna
comparatively
do.
to everyone else on here, they're not as good.
They're not as good. They're
Yeah,
hard carried by
yeah.
the ballads, and the ballads literally. I gonna be rude here. Anyone can make Hotel California.
Yeah.
It does not feel like that.
But the guitar solo.
The guitar
so
solo
cool.
that
I
so
love
fa-
it.
it's
I love it,
famous.
dude. It's so cool.
ELO is a banger.
Yellow,
Yellow's so good.
maybe S tier. No,
I would say okay. We
They're
can do
definitely A.
high-
they're below.
definitely
They're
A.
below Billy Joel though.
I'd put him
Yeah.
higher Billy Joel.
I'd put him above Billy Joel.
Yeah,
Really?
Jeff Lynne is a genius.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't feel bad about that.
I feel they're above Billy Joel in A. That feels nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm
So
I'm
good.
glad when we have the easy ones like
Yeah.
Yellow is so
100%.
Yellow is so good.
what
Elton John.
okay.
He has a similar issue to Eagles for me. I love Elton John so much.
Elton John.
I'm not a big Elton
honestly,
John
when I think of Elton John, I think it's a lot more like he is the biggest mixed bag because he will
Yeah.
make some phenomenal music, but then you get things like Crocodile Rock, and I want to bash my
I don't
head.
hate Crocodile Rock. It's
Uh,
fun. It's
No,
fun.
no. I like it until he goes down.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the most obnoxious thing in the
I
world.
feel
I'm
like-
sorry.
Him and Billy Joel, I feel like they can be pretty similar.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes Elton John is like cool and like he is fun and creative, as he kind of does tend to just do stuff that
He's-
Billy Joel already did.
He's like if Billy Joel did cocaine instead of being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
like he's a
He
lot
w- instead of
he's a more upbeat Billy Joel.
Elton John's like if Billy Joel wasn't a sad human being.
Yeah, he's the stimulant to his depressant.
Yeah, and you know, I just don't think it does. It just doesn't.
It doesn't really do it for me. I'm not a
I would say like I wouldn't put Elton John any higher than B.
yeah, but I don't.
I'd put him C. I
Yeah.
love his music, I do, but
He's above the Beach Boys then.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
like 100%. Then
At the end, we might have to do some reconfiguring.
we can do some. We can do
Yeah.
some. All right. Fleetwood Mac.
Depends on the era. This is a tough one.
See, that's the issue.
That's a
It's
split.
a lot like Deep Purple. Deep Purple.
Yeah,
I mean, because there's so many eras. There's like masterpiece albums they have, but it's
Yeah.
so sloppy because there's 30,000 people in the band.
yeah.
but
They
I
have
mean,
some really interesting like the song Silver. Like they have an interesting backstory more than they do the music. Sometimes.
yeah, they
like Silver Springs. That's like
I
a
feel
crazy
like their
story.
their original lineup is probably the least famous lineup when they were really just doing like blues stuff,
Yeah.
like Green Manalishi. I feel like that's
I feel like they're the most interesting, but because they're so inconsistent, I feel like highest in B.
Yeah, I like
I
them more
don't
than
disagree
Blue
with
Oyster
that.
Cult.
I prefer Blue Oyster Cult, but no, I don't know if I would say that actually. I definitely know more Fleetwood Mac actually.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac is more like near 10 out of 10s in my
Yeah, I
opinion
don't
than Blue
think
Oyster Cult.
that Blue Oyster Cult has a perfect album in the way that
Yeah.
Fleetwood. They don't have a Rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a room.
Yeah, Rumors is like still stands the test.
I think
of
that's the
time.
bar now. If anything goes above Fleetwood Mac, we could be like, do they have a Rumors?
Yeah,
song?
do they have a Rumors?
And you know who does not? Genesis. Is that who that is?
Oh, that's another band with different eras.
Yeah, with so
That's
many
tough.
different
What's
eras.
the song? Oh my god. Oh my god. Give me a second.
and I never
I know like
really
one
got.
of their songs.
Maybe That's All. Do you know that?
Yeah, That's All. That
Yeah,
one's good.
That's a good song.
And I never got too into Genesis. It's been on my bucket list. Never really got.
They're on the same level as Eagles, I'd say.
Ah, no.
They're not
No,
bad,
they're way better.
But compared to
No.
everything here,
No.
are you gonna put anything here? Like
I'd
I'd
put
say
them
they're-
above AC/DC. I mean, they're just
100%.
purely because of creativity.
I would 100% put Genesis from the very few songs I've listened to above basically all the things in C.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about putting them low B or maybe just high C.
I feel like
I like Elton John.
I think
more than I like
this.
Genesis.
My core feeling is above Allman Brothers Band. Is that too high?
I'd say right below.
Yeah.
No, I would even put them below Boston
Okay, that's fine.
because Boston has their debut.
Boston
Yeah.
I
has
can't.
Boston.
I can't think of a perfect Genesis. album.
Boston has a Rumors.
Exactly. Exactly.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. What is this one?
Is
this
that Grand Funk? Grand
Grand Funk Railroad.
Grand Funk Railroad? Yeah, it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so actually, very interesting story. I remember there used to be this talk show on VHS 1, I think. It's called That Metal Show. And it was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was like two comedians and an actual like super big metal fan, and they would bring people on. And they got the guy who wrote all the songs for Grand Funk Railroad,
Wow.
and he had a very interesting process. Basically, like most Grand Funk Railroad songs were poems.
Wow.
Oh.
No, they're pretty good.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good. Like they would write. The guy would wake up in the middle of the night, write a poem, go to bed, wake up, be like, "Is this poem good? Oh wait, hold on, I can turn this into a song." And that's
They weirdly,
cool.
this doesn't, I feel like, to me, this was a surprise because of their style. But they have a song with Frank Zappa. They have, it's Out to Get You.
That feels like that makes sense.
I could see it,
They're the
yeah.
same like vibe, like jam sessiony vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grand Funk Railroad's very jam bandish.
Oh.
They have they just
We got a big jam band coming up.
I know.
It's
I
a
see them
divisive
too.
one, too.
I see them too.
I feel like Under Blue Oyster Cult
I agree.
because I don't think they have a
Yeah.
rumors.
Yeah,
They
I agree.
don't- they don't-
I
They
agree.
don't have a rumors.
They
Dude,
don't have a rumors.
should we move Boston up?
Yeah, because they have a
All right,
rumors.
Boston
right.
above,
If we're gonna put Fleetwood Mac there because of
Hold
rumors,
on.
we should put.
but Boston
Boston.
below Deep Purple.
Yeah, because Deep Purple
Yeah.
has a rumors with Machine Head.
Yeah.
That's like the easiest one. Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. Grateful Dead. I have
don't really
tried.
know anything about them.
Okay, I have tried 5 times in my life to get into them.
Yeah.
Never worked.
Yeah.
The issue with Grateful Dead is it's kind of just stoner crap. It's like
But
it's
Yeah.
like
it's not the fun stoner crap.
Yeah.
It's like
it's no. There's plenty of great stoner music. I'm not.
yeah.
But like Grateful Dead is like it's like the one that's like just popular because they did drugs. They're
I
not
feel like they're a
it's-
band where you just had to be there. You had to
Yeah,
be traveling.
yeah.
Following.
They are the most you had to be their boomer band.
They have a
ever.
couple pretty good songs. Like they have a couple great songs, but they're not like they didn't have a rumors. They didn't have
I like Franklin's Tower. I like
Yeah.
Casey Jones. They have fun
Kate-
little stories,
yeah.
but
and Shakedown Street's just a great
Shakedown
disco
Street's cool.
song.
Yeah, I wouldn't even feel bad putting them below. No, they had to be above the Eagles.
Yeah, they're above the Eagles.
Yeah, but
they're just
They're
boring
just not.
to me.
Yeah, they're just not
Yeah.
a great,
Yeah.
amazing band.
Okay, this one is another one that I will be mean to.
I'm not a big Heart fan either. I'm not a.
I like some of their stuff. I'm not like a huge Heart fan. but
Early
they get some good
Heart,
stuff.
like the first Heart album,
yeah.
fantastic. But
She's a great
not-
singer.
What is it? What's their first one? Dreamboat? Annie, or
Yes,
is that later?
No, that's the first one.
Okay.
And fantastic album, not rumors level though.
No,
but it's
yeah, it's
very
not
good.
perfect.
But then the moment you hit the 80s,
Yeah,
I-
they also they go pop.
they
They're
go
very
pop,
Yeah.
so pop that they don't even write music anymore. They were just a machine for songwriters.
Yeah.
And I hate the you can't be a rock band unless you write your own songs. I hate that. But their Heart, can you hire better ones?
Yeah. No. I
Yeah.
agree.
Also, but she's a great singer.
Oh, no,
Let's be
she
honest.
is,
She's
she
such a
is.
good singer.
They're
Some of their guitar work's pretty solid too.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. So like when they went the 80s, it's like, okay, the things you had, great vocals, guitar works, great songs. Okay, now we're going to the 80s. You hired bad songwriters. You
Yeah.
still got the voice, but you put layers of vocal processing over it. No guitar.
I don't think, honestly, off the top of my head, I couldn't remember a song that I've listened to past 1970. Well, when did that?
Dreamboat Annie,
Yeah.
I think, is 73.
Yeah, I haven't listened to anything other
74.
than that album. I think.
Yeah,
Really?
like their 70s output, it's pretty good.
What's is Magic Band off Dreamboat Annie?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah, no, that might.
And
Just
then there's
be,
Barracuda. We can't forget
Is
that
that
one.
also on Dreamboat
No,
Annie?
that was on this one, which is I'm pretty sure 77.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't listened to anything other than that album and the first album.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think.
I put them above Allman Brothers for sure. I put 'em
No.
Nah, I like Allman Brothers way better.
oh yeah, I would put them below.
Elton John and Beach Boys are way better.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I think
That's fair.
I think Cream's better than Heart. I think
Yeah.
Cream is
Yeah.
much better. than Heart.
Honestly, yeah, I think Heart goes under Cream.
That's fair. Jefferson Airplane, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Jefferson Airplane is very tough because they went through so many lineup changes, but they're
Yeah,
under
what-
so many other bands.
Jefferson Starship, Jefferson
Yeah.
Airplane.
Mhm. Jefferson Airplane is like 60s psychedelic.
Oh, they were like White Rabbit
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm. And Somebody to Love.
Okay, and then Starship was what? Jane
Yup.
and are they We Built This City?
No. Wait, no.
Or is that
no,
just Starship?
that's just Starship.
Yeah. Jefferson
is
Airplane
confusing.
has
That is
a couple
confusing band.
like pretty good songs, but there's nothing there that is. I think they don't have as many good songs as Elton John or as many good songs
No.
as Beat the Beach Boys.
No.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
They're the most. Okay, first of all, Somebody to Love is probably one of my favorite psychedelic rock songs,
Yeah, it's a
but
good song.
that's not going to save it from the C tier. I'm thinking under Aerosmith.
Yeah,
I agree.
I could name off the top of my head more songs by any of those bands.
Yeah.
Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull, they still make music. Fun fact, they need to stop.
I'm not a Jethro Tull fan at all. In fact, I was put on to a couple of their songs. I didn't really like.
You didn't
any
like
of them.
Aqualung, right?
Hated that song.
Aqualung is like a good
The whole
album.
album's good, yeah.
But like, I'm not the biggest for prog music. I wouldn't hop on Jethro Tull. I'm not a big Jethro Tull.
That's
guy.
fair.
I mean, the highest I'll go is Under Genesis. That's the
Yeah,
highest
I
I'll
agree.
go.
I would agree with that.
Okay. Jimi Hendrix.
Come on.
S tier.
Yes.
Come on.
S tier.
It's not
He's
even
Jimi
fair.
Hendrix.
Not
S
even
tier,
fair.
above Black Sabbath. That's the
He's Jimi Hendrix.
3
That is
albums.
totally fair.
They're all bangers. They're really good.
He played the guitar
Fantastic.
upside down. Played it with his tongue.
No,
Dude's
he rules.
He's
He
crazy.
rules.
Yeah. Honestly wish he didn't die, but can't change 50 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Kansas.
Maybe we can. Maybe we gotta figure that out.
Wait,
We might have to figure that out after.
you're cooking. All right. That's an intern task. Kansas slept on. Absolutely
I
slept
agree.
on. Prog Band. This album right here, Point of was a no return. Literally,
Dustin the Wind's on this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that
I only knew the one that had Carry On Wayward Son, and I think that song's okay.
Yeah.
It's an okay song. I'm not really the biggest fan of it, right? But then I went to shout out local plug to Groove Street, the record store.
The
record
yeah.
store. And I found a copy of that and Point of No Return for $5 each, right?
Wow.
So I go, okay.
Maybe just for price, they have to be S tier.
Oh, no. So then I took it home and I played it and went, this is a JRPG. Half of these songs could be a JRPG battle theme.
Yeah, no, that's
And
That's cool.
And I'm like, this
Yeah.
is so good. So honestly, I listened to a couple and it's like, they're really good. I honestly think they had, like, this album alone is as good as Rumors probably. And like,
yeah, no, they're very underrated.
I mean,
I feel like people only think of
Carry On. Wayward.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like a one-hit wonder, but like they actually have really good music.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't care where you put them as long as it's high up there. I'd put them below Grand Funk Railroad though.
I'd put them above that.
Really?
Yeah.
I like them less than I like Blue Oyster Cult, I'd say. I think they're not as solid as Blue Oyster Cult.
Maybe
is.
just between the two of those.
Wait. So between these two or between?
Those two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
no, that feels
Okay.
good.
That's fine.
King Crimson's very good. Their
King-
first album.
Oh yeah. In red, what was it? Red, I think was the other one that was like
Yes.
yeah. Those are like 10 out of 10s.
Yeah. They have a Rumors. They have.
Oh yeah,
They have
they
two
got two.
Rumors.
Yeah.
I feel like
they're low A. They're below Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
For me.
that's
yeah,
easy.
No, that's fair. Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
Yeah, cool JoJo stand too.
Hell yeah. Dude. Great. One of my favorite JoJo stands.
Led Zeppelin. I'm not not putting them in this.
If it came to stealing, S.
Yeah, dude.
No, I think they
They
actually.
stole a lot.
I'll say that, but I actually think that they get a worse rep than necessary.
Yeah, the
Well-
Beatles stole too. Let's not
Yeah.
pretend they didn't
Okay.
steal a lot from poor black people in the 60s.
Yeah.
It was so messed up, dude.
Yeah. I just everyone stole from everyone, which is why the idea of copywriting a riff is genuinely insane to me. I just feel like
Some of Led Zeppelin's heavier stuff is pretty
They
good.
have so many good albums.
after
It's crazy.
when you get to a point in Led Zeppelin's career, they just kind of stop being good, and you wish they kind of stopped making music. Like if you do
what
a
point would you say?
hold on, I need to remember. 'Cause
Definitely after Led Zeppelin 4, because Led Zeppelin 4 is amazing.
Yeah.
I think
Led
it would.
Zeppelin.
I think that I would agree. Led Zeppelin 4 is probably, or maybe wait, hold on.
Because I think Physical Graffiti
Yeah, Physical for
came out after. And that's
House of the Holy isn't bad. It's not
House
great.
of the Holy-
I,
always pretty
I
good.
do not like House of the Holy.
I actually
at
don't
all.
mind it. People don't like is the crunge on there?
I think I forget.
I actually really
just
like
don't.
the crunge.
I don't.
I don't think people like the crunge. I love the crunge. It's very
Physical
funky.
Big
graffiti is
grunge guy?
good.
That's funky.
Presence is not good.
Yeah, that was after, like,
In Through the Outdoor has like a couple good songs.
Hold on, I'm sorry. This is getting so
Fool in the
tragic.
Rain rules.
So yeah, basically
Fool in the
from
Rain's so good.
House of Holy onward, I do not care for
Physical
it.
Graffiti is good.
It's
Yeah.
I like Physical
good,
Graffiti.
but it's nowhere near.
It has
as
some of the
good.
better guitar work.
This is a smaller discography though.
It is, but like it's so overrated.
Led
though.
Zeppelin 1 through 4 is amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good 4-album run.
They have like
Right.
but they have a Rumors, Led Zeppelin 4, and I'd say that's way better than Rumors.
And Led Zeppelin 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin
and
1's
2
amazing.
and maybe even 3.
3
No,
now.
no,
3 now.
no.
2, yeah. 3 now.
2, no, not better than Rumor.
No, not better than Rumors. I'm just saying like really solid
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, no, they're going in A. I just don't want them in S.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I would put
They're
them
under Yellow for me. Honestly, I could make an argument for Yellow at S. To be honest with you, I love Yellow.
I like them there.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin right here in A. I think that's pretty good because that 4-album run, legendary.
Yeah.
But like again, probably in my opinion, most over. They're like the Metallica of classic rock, the most overhyped band in existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the classics to back it up, but like good. Please listen to
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah.
All right, back to me being a hater. Leonard Skinner sucks.
No.
I hate them.
I don't like Sweet Home Alabama.
That
I like
song's
that song.
trash.
But
Simple Man's
things
trash.
like Needle in the Spoon and That Smell.
Yeah, That Smell.
are so good.
That smells. Yeah, that's a deep cut though.
yeah.
All the hits and like their big albums, they're trash. They're so trash. And there was like seriously, they're just boring classic rock that with a southern singer. The fact that they still kept going, even though like
They all died. They all died to
They
play
kept
in
going
bands.
for a little bit.
no, they just recently stopped.
Yeah.
Oh,
they had a different
really?
band. Yeah, they were still writing for it.
That's not even Leonard Skinner though.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
they
It's
were
Like,
just under
wait,
the Leonard Skinner title.
Who lived? I don't think anybody.
There's
survived
9
the plane crash.
members. I think it's like his son
Yeah.
just kept it going, and it's like, why? Let it end.
Wow.
They're so because they had Freebird. Fine, okay.
The guitarist was good.
The guitarist was good. Like, right, guitar works good, but like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's just they're so overrated for the most. It's like Eagles
that's
level
fair.
glazing.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say, if anything, let's move AC/DC down because I'd say they're better than AC/DC.
No,
I like them more than AC/DC.
no.
I think I like
ACDC
them
clears. ACDC still.
But some of their like ballads are actually like when they get like slow and
Yeah,
emotional.
they're pretty
it's really
good.
good. But yeah, I'd put them below AC/DC.
all right. See,
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
Give me 3 steps.
I have no.
Tuesday's gone.
No,
Tuesday's Gone's awesome.
I
love
really
Tuesday's Gone.
hate Leonard.
Have you
Skinner.
ever heard "Wonderful Tonight" by Eric Clapton?
Yeah.
It literally is Tuesday's Gone.
Yeah.
It's the same song.
I'm okay with bottom of C though. That's fine.
Pink Floyd, solid band.
Pink Floyd is super solid. I also
Also
think-
had eras though. You know what I mean? Where they had like the different like.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
eras, and also Dark Side of the Moon I think is a little overrated.
It's not as good as Wish You Were Here. To be honest with you.
Also, I like The Wall a lot more.
Awesome.
The Wall is more interesting than.
Did you see the Laser Light Show?
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah.
That changed my view of the album. Honestly,
Really?
it made it better. Because now whenever I listen to it, I can't not think about
Yeah.
how I felt then. It's so good.
I do think Pink Floyd's better than Led Zeppelin.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, I agree.
and
I think
then-
they're better than Yellow.
I know.
Yeah,
I personally.
I
wouldn't.
I wouldn't hate them in S tier.
you want to put them in S tier?
They have so many masterpieces. Think about that.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't name like a really
Yeah.
a bad
Pink
album
Floyd,
by them.
Pink Floyd is Pink Floyd. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
I
I put them above Black Sabbath too.
Yep. Put Pink Floyd's above.
But I
Black Sabbath.
stop at
I'm
Jimi
okay.
Hendrix. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
no,
they
Jimi Hendrix
they
solid
moved
3
way
album
up.
run.
Wow. Yeah. No, I think they deserve that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
and their Sid
Queen.
Barrett stuff's not bad either.
Queen, I also think is a borderline S tier.
I think
Yeah.
I think it is an S tier.
I really
Yeah.
think the only album that I'm not a huge fan of is Hot Space.
Yeah.
But it has Under Pressure, so who really
yeah, that's the
cares?
only song.
That's
Yeah.
the only song.
Cool
but, like,
Cat's not bad, but I don't like his voice on it.
Under the
You know
other
Cool
than
Cat? They
that,
like
I
tried
know.
Yacht Rock.
I know of it.
Yeah,
I think Under Pink Floyd is fine.
I agree.
Yeah, they have so many hits though. Like,
Yeah.
and their albums are so.
And you know what? It's so funny
Sheer
because
Heart Attack.
their hits are so overplayed, but I'm okay with them.
Yeah, and they're like deeper cuts are very good.
Oh yeah. Deep cuts are fantastic.
Made in Heaven, also a sweet ass JoJo stand, but Made in Heaven. That's how I discovered the song. It's
Yeah.
an amazing song.
Yeah, and
It was released
honestly,
in the '90s.
and
Yeah,
like,
that was
after he
the
died. It was
was their
posthumous.
final album. Yeah,
Yeah, it was amazing.
and like even their first 2 albums that no one talks about, they're like pretty good.
Yeah.
They're like really good.
And but the thing is, it's not Queen without Freddie Mercury. I mean, Brian May is cool and all, but it's not Queen without Freddie. Mercury.
yeah.
Who do they have now? Adam Lambert.
Yeah, that's not Queen. Sorry.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. I mean,
It's
Freddie Mercury is Queen.
Yeah.
I love every other member. I love Brian May. I love
Yeah.
John Deacon. But
All very good.
You
like,
need-
super
musicians.
talented.
Freddie Mercury was the heart and soul of the band.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
he was like he was he was creative as all. He was great.
Yeah, and it kind of just feels like a rotting corpse of like, hey guys, Queen is still relevant with like these 3 old geezers.
Dude,
and
Brian
this
May looks
one
weird.
Young guy just being like, oh yippee, let's sing the songs. You
Yeah,
know, it's like,
no.
come on.
yeah.
Rainbow.
made my favorite song of all time.
Rainbow also suffers from heart
Yep.
syndrome, where they
Yeah.
were, but except Rainbow was a lot heavier at the start.
Yeah, and Rainbow.
Have you heard
also
the
better.
song "Since You've Been Gone" by Rainbow? Because that's my favorite song of all time. I love that song. I don't care how cheesy and corny it is.
No, I like it. I
That
really
song-
do like
there's
it.
something
And I
about
like
that song-
Street of Dreams.
Yeah.
Their pop stuff is good. It's better than Heart.
I don't know what they put in the song since you've been gone, but that song makes me like it shoots dopamine into my brain. I
Their
love
pop
that song.
stuff is way better than Heart's pop stuff.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But
they're
you're
awesome.
on. You're on.
Temple of the King.
And their metal stuff is some of my
Yeah.
favorite. That's like proto power metal, like
Temple of the King is
awesome
a great
fantasy
song.
stuff.
Street of Dreams is a great song.
I just don't. I think under Kansas,
I agree.
yeah, because I don't think they have a rumors.
Yeah,
They don't have
I
a
agree.
Rumors, no.
They don't have a rumors.
They have a rumors song.
I think Dio.
They have a
by-
Dreams.
When Dio was by himself, I
Oh,
think he
yeah.
had a rumors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Dio's a man.
But with Rainbow, I don't think there was.
Yeah.
Rush.
Rush,
S.
yeah, Rush is S.
S.
Honestly,
Not even fair.
I put him above Pink Floyd.
I wouldn't put him
No,
above Floyd. I wouldn't put him
it's
above.
a toss up for me.
I don't know if I'd put him above Black Sabbath. To be honest.
No,
I would put them
easy.
above Black Sabbath.
I'm not a huge Rush fan.
21,
Plus, they always
12,
stuck
so
together.
good.
They did. They
That's
were.
the
They
thing.
are. They're still together.
That's the friendship that I love.
They're still
So
together.
many
They're still hanging out with the
classics.
South Park guys.
Yeah.
I think they do it's just Pink Floyd. I think when I think of prog music, I like Pink Floyd, but I think Rush just did it better. Pink
Yeah.
Floyd was better at
Musically,
experimenting.
100%.
instrumentally, they're way more interesting than Pink Floyd is.
Yeah. Plus,
Rush,
I mean,
the drummer is fuck.
Neil Peart, of course,
Neil Peart's
but
amazing.
I
Geddy
think
Lee.
he overshadows the two of them, Geddy Lee and Neil Peart,
Yeah.
overshadow Alex Lifeson as guitarist because he is incredible.
Yeah.
And I honestly can't think that there's a really, really, really horrendously bad Rush album. I think like most
I
of
don't
their
think there is. I don't
most
think
of their-
there's. I can't even really think of a horrendously bad song.
I think there was like that one in the '90s where he tried rapping on one song and that was pretty
Oh.
bad. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, no, I feel good about them in S.
yeah, I just
I'd say below Pink Floyd
Below-
personally.
below Pink
Yeah.
Floyd.
Yeah.
All right.
Pink
fine.
Floyd's too, and like they're Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Pink Floyd, like Led Zeppelin, they're a little overrated. But
Yeah.
Rush is my goat.
Yeah.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Top 10 musical duos I do not give a shit about. I don't care. I don't care about Simon and Garfunkel at all, dude. What did they do? I don't care about them at all.
I thought you were gonna say greatest of all.
No,
time.
dude, I don't care about them at all.
I like them. Wow, I actually I like Simon Garfunkel.
Okay, you know what's really funny? I agree.
Yeah, dude.
Great. They're not,
I don't know. They're
not
whatever.
like musical geniuses. They're just.
Oh no, they technically are musical
No,
geniuses.
yeah, I bet they.
I mean,
but the thing is,
I don't think that people would
they're-
disagree with that.
Yeah.
They're geniuses at boring me.
yeah, they're
no,
like they're cool. They're like I like Homeward Bound, obviously.
I like
Was that them?
like Miss Robinson.
no,
I like The
it's-
Graduate.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a good
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It's a good movie.
That's like the one good song off the album that they're showing here. But it's just I'm not a big Simon and
Bridge
Garfunkel.
over- Troubled Water.
Who's the duo that got attacked by the tiger? They're not a musical duo. They're like the two circus guys. I always thought they were Simon and Garfunkel. I really thought they were the same people for a while.
I would put them in D above Grateful Dead though.
Oh, they're way better than
I
Grateful
agree.
Dead.
I agree.
All right, because I'm not a big soft rock guy. I'm
I like
really
soft
not.
rock.
No, I like yacht rock.
Yeah.
Yacht rock's great.
Speaking of which, next up.
I know.
Bad.
But soft rock like this level,
Yeah.
I do not. I don't. It doesn't
I think
stimulate
there's a couple
the neurons in my brain.
There's a couple good ones. The
Dude,
boxer.
it's so soft. It's see through. It's just not. Yeah.
It's like a quilt with holes. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
An Afghan blanket. Those are so comfy.
All right, Steely Dan.
Esther.
S.
Esther.
Nope.
Really?
Dude, love Steely Dan.
I love Steely Dan, but I don't think they're
Actually, I might agree with that. They're not Black Sabbath level.
they're not Black
No, they're not Black
level.
Sabbath. Okay, maybe high A. I put them over Yellow.
Yeah,
I would put them.
they're above Led Zeppelin.
No, but think about the run of albums. All
yeah,
the way
but
up till Asia.
ELO had a pretty good run.
Yeah, ELO and Led Zeppelin.
I wouldn't put them on a Steely Dan level Yellow.
Yeah, I honestly, can I be honest with you? I don't love Asia, the album.
Really?
I'm not a huge fan.
really.
Wow.
Okay.
As not as much as I like any of the other stuff.
Wow.
I think that's not.
I feel like it has to be under Led Zeppelin because I don't think they have a 4-run album
No, that's fair.
that's as good as
Wait,
the first
let me
4 Led
think.
Zeppelin.
What's the order? It's Can't Buy Thrill,
Royal Test, Test Royal,
Royal
whatever.
Scams.
Scams,
I
there we
think
go.
a little later than that. Let me. I
Is that-
honestly might-
that's a great
Wait,
album.
hold on. I got Wikipedia right here, John.
Oh,
That's a solid album.
All right, hold on. Let me
The
just,
Royal Scam.
wow, hold
yeah,
on.
Royal Scams real good.
But I don't think any of them are like goated with sauce like the 4-run Led
I
Zeppelin.
genuinely think Asia and Can't Buy Thrill. Okay,
Can't Buy Thrill,
Thrill.
Countdown
10
to-
out of 10. Countdown to
No.
Ecstasy. I agree. I really
It is.
think.
I love it. Change of the Guard. One of the
Yeah.
greatest songs ever made.
Yeah, Countdown to Ecstasy. It's like a solid 8.
Yeah,
good.
that one's
Pretzel
good.
Logic is
Pretty good.
For
Pretty
me,
solid.
it's a 10. I don't think there's a bad song on
No.
there, but I don't think it's
I think
perfect.
it's pretty
It's like
good.
an 8 to 9.
Yeah.
Katie lied. I've never really
See-
listened to Katie lied in full.
See, that's my thing with Steely Dan is that they're the most pretty good, but I don't think they're perfect band.
Royal Scam's awesome.
Royal Scam's really
Asia's
good.
Asia's good.
Gaucho's pretty good. And then
It's fine.
their 2000s era albums are nothing.
Yeah,
literally
they're
nothing.
nothing. I just don't think. I don't see the argument that they have a 10.
I think Can't Buy a Thrill could be a 10.
Yeah, I
the Can't Buy a
really
Thrill,
It's
Fire in the Hole.
Wait, go to the track list for that.
Yeah. Only a fool would say
that.
that's one of the best songs ever made.
I
That's
might
so good.
actually
Midnight
say
Cruiser, Kings.
Brooklyn Owes the Charmer. I could not tell you anything about that song.
I actually
you know
listened
what?
to this album again recently. It's actually, that song's not bad.
They-
Change of the Guard, Turn That Heartbeat Over Again.
There's not a bad song on here, but
it's not.
I don't remember.
I think after reeling in the years, there isn't anything as good as the.
yeah, I don't
Sidewalk
remember
A.
track 8.
Change
know
of
what
the
that
Guard.
is.
Look,
Change-
Change of the Guard is so good.
Turn that heartbeat over.
We could listen to it right now.
No, we can't. It's illegal. We'll
Yeah.
get copyright struck.
No, but there's
We could pause and listen to it, and we'll talk about how good that song is, because I
Yeah,
love
now
that
that
song.
I'm-
No, it's probably pretty good, but that's
now
the
that
thing.
the track list is staring me in the face. I might actually say it's not a 10.
It's,
I think
it's,
it is.
it's
I
like,
listened to it recently,
I think it's
actually.
like a 9.
Yeah.
It's a 9. It's not.
There's just some forgettable ones on there. There's like 2 forgettable ones.
I think like Led Zeppelin's the good cutoff point.
I agree.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Yeah, no,
they're
I
really
agree.
good. But they're not the
Yeah.
first 4 and they're not
100%.
ELO.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And speaking of forgettable, Steve Miller Band.
They got some hits. I mean, Jet Airliner,
Yeah.
The
Fly Like an Eagle.
what was
That's-
that album that's from
Abracadabra.
is actually I think
Abracadabra.
phenomenal. That's a Rumors level.
Wow.
Really? If Steve Miller Band? I've never
But
been a
I'd
fan.
put them below
Fleetwood Mac.
I put them below Boston.
Yeah.
Boston's
I
first
agree.
album's better than...
Oh yeah, 100%. I was gonna say it's like that's a really good classic rock album, but I don't think he
Yeah.
had the output after that.
I can't believe we're coming up on the GOATs.
This just isn't
Oh,
even fair.
Put him in S. Put
there's
him above
nothing you
Bowie.
can do.
Put him above Bowie.
No.
The Beatles are
I'd
so good.
put them above.
There is
Bowie.
not a, they have not, they didn't
But
make a
it's
bad
such
album.
a boring number 1.
I know.
It's the truth.
I know.
It's the hard truth.
But
They didn't make a
Bowie's
bad
more
album.
interesting.
I know.
The Beatles didn't make a bad album ever. They
No,
never,
they really might be the only people
That never made a bad
have
album.
a
They were
near
allowed for-
perfect discography.
Yeah. They have, like, I can think of, like, a song. The only song I can think of that I don't like is, like, Michelle.
But like their first album's just so okay.
I hate that I'm glazing the Beatles this much because I 100%
I
agree with
don't-
you, Josh. It's such
I
a
don't-
boring
I
number
It's,
don't-
one.
it's boring, but they're
No.
the best band.
But the thing is, it's
No.
boring because who wouldn't put them number 1?
they're
See,
so
can we
good.
can we have Bowie be on top of them then? Because
No,
Bowie's
dude, I
more
can't.
interesting.
I can't. I'll fight and die at the
no,
Beatles. Hill.
I might have to side with Jack here.
I'm gonna fight and die in the Beatles.
They
Hill.
might
They're
just,
so
yeah,
good.
no.
It's
They
so
all went. You know what?
boring.
They all went
I
on
know.
to have an amazing solo career too, except for Ringo.
No.
We don't talk about Ringo. George
No.
Harrison, John Lennon.
Paul McCartney.
Wings?
There's a hard stopping point in 1985 where he was not good anymore.
Okay, fine. I can live with that. That's true. That's true. But Wings is very good.
We're not judging their solo
Well,
careers, though.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah,
not,
we're
we're
not
talking about
Beatles
them.
are S.
The
I'm
Beatles
just-
are so good.
And like Let It Be is it's okay.
Let It
Yeah.
Be is. Let It Be's pretty good. Let It Be has some good songs.
It's
Around
honestly-
the re- all
it's-
around around
It's
the
actually a
universe. yeah.
shame that there's across the universe.
Across the universe.
It's a shame that they're so good because I feel like people kind of shit on them because of it.
Yeah,
people
well,
are
no,
like,
that because like everyone shoves it in their face. That's like, oh, the Beatles are the best. The Beatles are the
they
best.
really
the Beatles
are.
But they just
They
all
really
but like,
are.
But like, I think you have the most bland and boring and uninteresting personality when it comes to music taste. If you say the Beatles is your favorite,
Yeah,
They're not.
you need to find another classic
Yeah.
rock.
they're
band.
not my favorite on here. My favorite on here so far is Rainbow, but I don't think that
They're not my
deserve
favorite.
it higher.
They used to be my favorite because I got into them and I listened to them and every song I listened to I kept hearing a better song.
Like-
That's the thing about them is they get progressively better. That's what's like they made the White Album, which is such a good album.
White
And then
Album's good. Abbey Road is fantastic.
Amazing.
Like 10 out of 10.
They ended on their
They don't
best
have
album.
bad-
no,
they don't
they
have a
did
bad
not.
one.
Not-
Other than
not-
Sergeant Pepper. Sergeant
Let
Pepper's.
It Be is not their best.
No, they
album.
ended on
Pepper's
Abbey
actually-
Road. Did they
Sergeant
really? No,
Pepper
they
is
released
my least
71. You're
favorite.
right, actually. They
Yeah.
released Let It Be 71.
Let It Be was the last one because the album cover was the pictures
yeah,
of their last
yeah, you're right,
performance.
actually.
I'll say it. Sergeant Pepper's is boring.
Compared to the rest of their stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still
It's-
better.
that
Than,
is
it's
like-
still better than anything.
When I
a lot of
want
people
like
have made.
psychedelic rock, I want it to be like
Then
Harder,
the Magical Mystery Tour, very good.
Really good.
Rubber Soul, pretty good.
Rubber Soul,
Soul's
it
awesome.
was so good.
I think my favorite is probably. I know it's boring, but Abbey Road and White Elm are like.
The White Album is my
Abbey Road is
favorite.
just solidly.
Yeah,
I would
the White
agree that
Album is
Abbey-
my favorite though. They have so many interesting songs on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like while my guitar gently weeps. Oh,
It's Eric Clapton's best song. That's the
Yep.
best guitar solo he
Yep.
ever did.
Yep, 100%.
Was that the only time the Beatles had a?
Clapton song? No.
Really?
Clapton on it? No, he was really good friends with George Harrison. They
No, I
switched
know that,
lives.
but when
I think he was
what
on.
other songs was he on?
I think
Yeah.
I think he was on one more. I think he was on a song on one of their later albums. Eric Clapton, Beatles.
White Album is a later album.
I know, but he was on.
What are we talking about?
I know. I'm
Chief?
talking about. He was on. Let It Be. I feel like is that could be. I could be wrong.
No, that doesn't sound right.
I looked up George Harrison by accident. Eric Clapton, Beatles songs.
Okay.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps is actually the only one. You're right. I
Yeah,
thought he was
that's what
on
I
one
thought.
other
That's
one.
what I thought.
Yeah. So it's just I don't.
Oh, he was on I'd Have You Anytime, the George Harrison song.
Oh, it hurts, but maybe let's just not think about it. Let's just leave it.
No, dude,
Let's just ignore it. Let's just ignore
I love
it.
it.
Okay,
love it.
fine.
And I mean, who knows?
fine.
Who knows? We still got some bands left.
Dude,
I don't think
Van
any of
Halen's
them.
not going above them. Van Halen's not going above
You're a comedian. You're a joke. That made me yuck a bit, man. That was funny. You really think?
There's more. There's more guys coming
None
up.
of these people.
There's,
Dude, it's because he's
no.
looking at Van Halen and he's like, they're going to be
Love
up.
it. No, they won't be above the Beatles. They won't be S tier.
The
As much as I
Doors, one
love
with the
them,
Rolling Stones, The Who.
as much as I love them, after the first 6, they got some stinkers.
Actually, that's Tom Petty, I feel like.
Is that
What?
Tom Petty?
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Petty, the
Tom.
Heartbreakers?
Yeah, that's Tom Petty.
Oh,
Nice.
oh,
It
oh,
just
thank
may
God.
be.
I didn't see it. Okay. All right. But next one is The Doors.
Very good.
I mess with The Doors.
Very
Maybe
good
A.
psychedelic
Maybe
rock.
A.
I think A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them above. I put them above Bob Dylan personally.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they're above Creedence,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yep.
under Billy Joel. They're really good.
Yeah.
Very tight.
Yeah, Break On Through the Other Side is one of the, like, what's one of my favorite songs.
Their first album is so
Yeah.
tight and so good, and like their later stuff that's more psychedelic, like Riders of the Storm.
Yeah. So
God,
good. Riders
so
of the Storm
good.
is a great song.
Dude, that song makes me feel like I'm like in the 70s and there's like a serial killer actively.
Yeah,
somewhere. I don't know
that's cool.
why.
I
but
actually have the
that
same
like,
thing.
gives me that exact feeling.
I have the same thing with
It's probably because the lyric is "There's a killer on the road." I just thought about that.
Man, wait, does someone listening to the lyrics? That's news to me.
hold on, what's the yellow song? That
I guess subconsciously though, because I didn't think about it until like just now.
I have a similar thing with ELO Turned to Stone, but I feel like I'm the Joker when he's
song.
running down the stairs. You know what I'm
I
talking
feel
about?
like the Joker.
You know when he's going down the stairs in the movie?
Instead
That's
of the
what-
mid Gary
Wait, dude,
Glitter
that's super
song.
Yeah.
cool. You're really cool for
Thank you.
feeling like the Joker.
I
That's
know, dude.
awesome.
Oh,
I'm dark and twisted.
I'm the Joker, baby.
It's awesome.
I'm
Dude,
dark
that
and I'm
rules.
twisted.
Rolling Stones, I was never a big fan of.
No, they still.
huge fan.
I'm a big fan because in the
I'm a very big
'80s,
fan.
after everything out, they fell off so hard. They were still making good music.
This
They were still
You
making.
thought I was
great-
talking about Van Halen? These are the guys that I.
They're not better than the Beatles.
I don't think they're
No.
better than the Beatles, but I think they're S contenders.
I think they'll. I think they are. I believe they are.
Mm,
They're contenders.
do they have a? I'm trying to think of because they have so many good albums.
Yeah.
they really do. I mean,
Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers is top 5 albums of all
Yeah.
time for me.
Let It Bleed. Come on.
Let It Bleed's
Let It Bleed's
cool.
so good.
Exile on Main Street. Some Girls.
No,
Dude,
because
some girls-
they still made good music. Like
They
even on the
Adapted
late-
to the 80s.
Yeah, they made
at a
some
Bowie
pretty-
level, I would say.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know about on the level of Bowie.
No.
Bowie was
Maybe not, but they were
Bowie
good.
was, like,
they were
crazy.
real
No,
good.
no, I wouldn't because when I think of like old head band, like
Rolling
old
Stones.
hee
Yeah, no, that's fair.
geezer core. I don't think of the Beatles. I think of what is the band that is consistently pretty good, not 10 out of 10 worthy, but
Yeah.
pretty good. It's the Rolling Stones, and I think that they've never. Like they did that blues thing, but I don't think they ever really adapted as well as anyone else. Other than I'm going to bash my head doing the same blues.
Oh, I
Jazzy
forgot about
rock.
I'm gonna look at some. Of this
Your
stuff.
Satanic Majesties or whatever when they really tried, like they tried a Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah,
Not good.
No.
And
No,
that's
dude.
early on.
they have some good songs. I just don't have like
They also have so many albums.
Yeah.
I'm tricking myself into disliking them, I think, right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm making myself hate
yeah.
them.
You know they made
Tattoo
like
You is pretty good.
they still make music.
Yeah,
I've listened to their recent music,
Wow.
Yeah.
and you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a band that should have stopped making music because
Yeah.
they make the same song. That's the same vibe
Yeah.
over and over again at a certain point. Like their blues run and like early on, phenomenal.
Yeah,
I love that. What was it? And like they have their place in music history, but they need to stop
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hate when old people keep making music.
because
It's a young man's game.
I would go see them though.
that's fine, right? But it's a lot like because David Bowie.
Touring is different than still making music.
Yeah.
David Bowie had the chops to make Black Star one of the greatest rock albums of the 21st century. Rolling Stones can never make a new good rock album after like the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fell off hard.
No, you know what? I take back everything I said. I feel
They're
like
A.
I feel like
A
it might
tier?
be
Definitely A.
A tier, I think, is valid.
I think
I'd put them
yeah.
above the Doors. I don't know about
I'll put
above
them below
Billy
the
Joel.
Doors.
Yeah, above the Doors. Not above the
yeah,
Doors.
yeah.
Billy Joel, come on. Like Rolling Stones, they have
Yeah,
music
oh,
in the
yeah.
past 5 years and it sucks.
Yeah.
And Billy Joel released a song last year and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's not trash. It's and a lot of rock bands do that. I don't understand why. It's like, hey,
Yeah, what I don't understand is you got into music when you were 18, like 20, that area of your life.
yeah.
The music, the industry is meant for people of that age. It's something where like you're like a representative of the times.
That's incredibly ageist and you're a scumbag.
Die. It's like, well, the thing is like when you stay around for a long time, you do need to adapt.
Do you
right?
think that you think we'll see Bruno Mars at 78, 80 up on stage performing 24 Karat Magic?
Oh yeah,
You really-
he's already running out of money.
Or do you
He's
think
like-
oh that's
What?
true.
No, he's in debt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gambling.
But no, I'm just saying this, right? If you're doing the old man's game,
Yeah.
you need to bring something to the table. It's either you need to be creative or you need to adapt. And the issue is, right, with a lot of rock bands, and this goes for like, a lot of stuff, right? Motley Crue has this, like a lot of 80s
Yeah.
rock bands.
Yeah. Yep.
They just think, wow, if I play the same thing that I used to kind of do at a worse level of talent, people are just going to eat it up.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why rock is dead.
Yeah.
Because no one's changing, no one's adapting. Do you know, actually, here's a fun fact. What's the last rock song that was a number one hit song?
I have no clue.
Gautier's Somebody That I Used to Know, and
I don't even know if I would consider that
And
wrong.
We Are Young by Fun. That was
Oh.
that was 2013.
wow.
Rock music has barely been relevant since
And people still like copy, like they copy Led Zeppelin. What's the name of that band?
then. Oh, Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, Greta Van Fleet
There's
just copies Led Zeppelin.
They
Listen.
they don't like let me put an interesting twist
Yeah.
on Led Zeppelin. It's just Led
I
Zeppelin.
wanted to cut them a break when I first heard about them, but then they did an interview and they were like, "Who's Led Zeppelin?" And then I was
yeah.
like, "Okay, come on."
Yeah. Oh,
That's
oh,
annoying.
You kidding
oh,
me?
No, not even that. You know what they said? It's like our main influence was the first Rush album. Fun fact. Do you know what the first Rush album sounds like?
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's super hard.
Yeah. So they're full of it. They're trying way too hard. To
That
be like-
sucks. Just admit
admit it.
they are a great rock band, and we are influenced by Led Zeppelin. I don't understand that.
Because if they do, because then Led Zeppelin's going to be like, oh, you said. And you know what's even more funny is that my dad, huge Led Zeppelin fan.
Yeah.
When he heard of Greta Van Fleet, he goes, oh, let me hear them out. And then he listened to it. He goes, why would I want to listen to a worse
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
And you know what's even worse right now is because I like to keep my ear on things with
Yeah.
the rock scene. There's so many small bands that are just doing the Greta Van Fleet thing where they pick a band and rip them off. There's a
Yeah,
Guns N' Roses
actually, I
one.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Dirty Honey.
Not them, but I see there's this group
What
of
is,
people on TikTok.
Who's Dirty Honey?
Dirty Honey is basically like that sleaze rock from Appetite of Destruction to the point where he's trying way too hard to sound like an Axl Rose.
That's unfortunate.
There's a very specific genre of, if you get on TikTok, you can like find it. They make specifically 70s videos, but they're all in a band. This guy is just ripping off Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
He's just doing what Jimi Hendrix did, and he's just a stupid white guy from the Midwest.
Oh, never mind then.
No, I'm not thinking of that guy. I
Do you know,
I
do you know who
think
I'm talking about?
I think so.
He's
yeah.
like he's small.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I,
Wild Brood. They're so good.
I think you might have sent them to me.
Dude, they're
Yeah,
so
and-
good.
and-
He does play guitar like Jimi Hendrix, but he's like.
But there's this
fantastically
guy who
talented.
he's not playing it like Jimi Hendrix. He's just doing the style of play that Jimi Hendrix would play in. Like he would use all his Jimi Hendrix had something called the Hendrix chord, which
Yeah.
is like the way he positioned his fingers because he had an upside down guitar.
Yeah.
But you can adapt that into regular guitar. He's just doing that. He's just making chords and he's playing it like he would. And it's not interesting. It's just loaded. It's boring.
That's the issue with pretty much like all rock now is that like it's just trying to rip off things from 50 years ago in a complete, which is so funny because pop music has been in an 80s nostalgia for a decade,
Yeah.
and they're still making good and interesting music out of it.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's inspiration. It's not just a right theft.
Yeah, but however, with rock, like, why is it dead? They keep just stealing stuff
Yeah.
with putting no twist, and it's never gonna come back.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can't do interesting stuff in the rock genre. And
You can.
As much as people dislike it, Midwest emo does a lot of really cool stuff with guitar, where they switch
Oh,
up
yeah.
to open
There's also
tunings.
always something cool going on in the punk scene.
Yeah, the
Oh,
punk
yeah.
scene's amazing.
Punk
It's always
scene's
pretty.
great.
It's thriving right now. Actually,
Metal scene's great. Like, hell, indie rock scene,
Yeah.
phenomenal, doing numbers. But they'll never be mainstream because there's gonna be some chud with a beer
Chud.
being like, "Well, don't sound like the Stones to me," and then he's never gonna listen to it, and we're gonna be cursed listening to the same 100 songs for like rock songs forever.
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna have to wait for, and I'm gonna say this in the most respectful way possible. We're just gonna have to wait for them to age out of this plane of existence. And then
We
can
can't
maybe-
because TikTok keeps making these. It's like, dude, have you ever heard of Bohemian
Oh, I was
Rhapsody?
talking about the old guys.
Oh, that
just
too.
gotta wait for them to drop off.
But like that, I mean, it's taken a while.
I don't know, the old people in punk, like the older punk guys.
It's different.
They're
'cause-
pretty cool. They're pretty.
It's
cool.
different because they're punks.
Well, yeah. Also,
so they're
also,
cool. They're instantly cool.
also, people are way more like everyone hates the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Because even though they're one of the most important punk bands in existence, everyone clowns on them all the time because
They weren't that good. Sid
weren't that
Vicious
good.
literally didn't know how to play bass.
yeah, to the
It's
point
so
where they
funny.
unplugged his bass and
It's so funny.
they,
It's, you ever see him play?
they only hired him because he wore a Pink Floyd Sucks T-shirt.
That's sick.
So it's like, you know, it's just so not interesting.
Yeah.
Tangent aside, we still got a couple more left.
Couple good ones too.
Couple good. These are good. The Who,
Pretty solid.
pretty solid
Big
band.
Who fan.
Maybe A.
Oh no, I think A. I think
Yeah,
A.
they
But-
had a big hand in the metal
They
and
have
punk.
so many masterpieces,
like-
actually. Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they had actually the Who had a bigger hand than even like the Beatles in like the beginnings of punk and
Punk
metal.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, not punk.
power pop direct.
But like specifically that style of guitar with the big overdrive, that was them.
I feel like
It was big.
I
Who.
get what you're
Yeah.
saying because there's the link from them being like a proto power pop band,
Yeah.
like almost like a pre Cheap Trick, and I feel like Cheap Trick had some.
It's,
influence
it's
on
Cheap
punk.
Trick and the Stooges are like proto
Stooges.
punk.
Yeah.
Stooges
Yeah.
was
Stooges is the big guy.
yeah. Stooges
Yeah.
was what the original punk pretty much.
I get what you're saying. They also have a. Have you ever listened to the Who Sell Out? That is
maybe?
such a creative album. It has
Really?
it has ads on it because it's supposed to be like you're flipping through like a radio station or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
So cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No, they're very good.
Dude, they're
It
very
was
good.
good.
They're
I'd
super
put them above the
creative.
Doors.
Yeah, I want them above Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
honestly.
100%.
I
Above
like
the
the Who.
Yeah.
They're not beating Billy Joel though.
No, Billy Joel's
Wait,
that wall that's just.
Yeah, Billy Joel's the wall here.
Pink Floyd is up there actually.
Pink Floyd's up there.
Clever.
Okay. I really,
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
in on that.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
Tom
it is.
Petty.
Yeah, it is.
I really like Tom.
Tom Petty's great.
I didn't realize how much of his good stuff was from the 90s.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had,
I always thought he was like a primarily 80s guy.
actually. Here's
a
a
lot
fun
of his
fact.
best stuff is from the 90s. I think.
yeah.
Here's a fun fact. From the 70s and the 90s, the drummer used the same drum kit every recording session.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can actually hear it if you listen
I gotta
to
pull up the name of the album.
"Don't Do Me Like That" and listen to "Fly." It's the same snare.
Learning to Fly.
Wow.
Yeah, same snare, same exact snare. I really mess with Tom Petty.
He's just cool. He's just like cool.
He's like I think he's like
Full
honestly.
Moon Fever 10.
Oh yeah, no.
I
it's
I
fantastic.
forgot the name of it. I had to look it up.
He
So
has
good.
a lot of really good music. I like him a little more than Billy Joel and Steely Dan.
I like him a little more than Billy Joel. I don't know.
I like him.
but I
I'm
can
also-
say
'cause
I'm willing
even
to hear
his
out he's
last
on
album,
the. I'm
I'm
willing to
really-
hear out that he's on the level of Led Zeppelin.
I'm
willing
really
to hear that.
strongly.
I
He's
don't
up,
think-
but like below him. Like he's below Led Zeppelin, obviously, but I think he's like.
I am gonna
He's
say
close.
below Steely Dan.
Okay.
I was considering putting him above because I was very strongly influenced by his presence on King of the Hill for a second. But
All right, I'm okay with it being under Steely Dan.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Tom Petty.
Tom Petty's
yeah.
awesome. Here's let John talk. This is John's. This is
Okay.
oh
Okay.
boy, this is like 3 different bands. If you really get down to business here.
Oh no, he's right. He's right.
No.
It's three
The
different
first
bands.
6 though, I'm not gonna say objectively perfect because obviously that's not true.
There's a couple.
But the first 6 are just so good.
Oh, Van Halen,
Just so good. Van Halen 2, Women and Children First is awesome. That whole album is awesome. Fair Warning is their best. Diver Down is okay.
But
Cool, JoJo
also,
stand.
if we're David Down's a sick stand, dude. If we're gonna put we're putting Jimi Hendrix in S, there's gotta be an argument for Van Halen.
Yeah, but it's
Eddie
not-
Van Halen, dude.
Okay,
Eddie
I love
Van
him.
Halen
I love him.
changed guitar.
I love him.
I know where
But
he's
we're
going
not-
with this directly.
We're not putting Eddie on the board. Okay?
Yeah, that's
putting the
fair.
whole band.
That's true.
And as much as I just want to consider the David Lee Roth era and maybe the first Sammy Hagar album, maybe even OU812, maybe the second Sammy Hagar album,
5150 is good.
there is a Gary Sharon album in there, and it is
I never even heard it.
Oh, no.
it's a knife to the ears. It's not good. It's really not good. I'm just gonna close my eyes when you guys put Van Halen up on the board.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. So
I would say yes personally, but I know that's not true.
I think Van Halen, as someone whose dad loves Van Halen, whose brother loves Van Halen, I have been around Van Halen my whole life. I like the first album a lot.
Love the first album. I'm on a very similar boat to Josh, but I like them a little more than just.
I
Alright.
find Hot for Teacher annoying.
I agree so wholeheartedly. They're good. We had this conversation years
wrong.
ago. Years ago, we had this conversation. I had to succeed because everyone was mad at me. I was like, okay, it's a good song. It's
It's-
kind of annoying sometimes.
He's playing like a double bass.
Yes, I know. He's doing the thing with
It's
Alex Van Halen.
Instrumental wise, phenomenal.
good.
Lyrics, cringe fest. It's on the same level of cringe as Stacy's mom.
For
Yeah.
what era?
No, the song.
And
Hot
Teacher.
Teacher.
Hot for Teacher?
Just
The song.
specifically Hot for Teacher.
Yeah,
I
but
think-
it's more tongue in cheek than Stacy's mom. I
no,
feel.
it's the same
Dude,
in
if
my
we're-
eyes.
Green Day's
I also am
tongue-in-cheek.
completely blinded by
Green Day's tongue in cheek. These guys are like, they truly were just.
These
horny.
guys were like, we're the cool guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
everything
were
you
the
say, you might as well.
guys.
Everything I say, you might as well ignore me. 'Cause I do just love them,
Oh, that's me with Bowie.
Dude,
I do just love them so much.
I also love Van Halen. I've listened to a lot of their albums. They're very good. I play the guitar. Been into it recently. I've been reading a lot about other guitarists. Van Halen just he's a god, dude. He's so
Oh, yeah, no, he's nuts.
unbelievably amazing.
And it's
Can you
just
stop glazing him, Jack? That's my
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
That's my
hold
job.
on. John?
Yeah,
You
my
talk-
bad.
what?
Oh, he's so good. Oh my god.
I mean, he's good, but no. What I will say is Van Halen 2 is not as good as Van Halen 1.
No, of course not.
And
That is to me, I like it better than the Boston debut, Van Halen 1.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
And it's also it was
yeah.
a game changer. It completely
Yeah, okay, relax.
revitalized.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry, but it really did revitalize hard rock.
But
They're so good.
They're not as good as ELO. I am my opinion. They're not as good as.
I don't even
I'd say they're a little better maybe than Led Zeppelin.
I don't.
I'd say I like them.
I think
a
they're
little,
better than Led
I like them a little more than I like Led
All right,
Zeppelin.
now we
I'd
have
say.
an issue.
No, because
I don't want to put them past Fleetwood Mac.
You wouldn't want to put them past Fleetwood Mac.
I don't think they have a. I don't like any of their albums as much as Rumors.
I think that their first album is better than Rumors.
No.
I do. You know what? I'm standing on it.
I think it's on the level of Rumors. I think it's better than anything Blue Oyster Cult's ever put out.
I think Fair Warning.
I think like a low A.
And
I could live with
Dude.
them being under King Crimson, maybe.
Oh, I was gonna put them above Creedence.
Above
Yep.
Creedence? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Creedence is fine.
You know what?
Okay.
The
They're
placement.
good.
That placement isn't killing me. That's not killing me.
They're good. They're a big workout band. They're a big band I listen to when I'm working out. Like
Really?
they're very high energy.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing like Van Halen, but I also feel like in my head, like the guitar work, like they are the hard rock band.
Yeah,
But
there's
but-
nothing like Van Halen, but also as much as I love glam metal, every single guitarist tried to be
Van
Eddie
Halen to the
yeah.
point where Van Halen just doesn't feel special, and then later on you'll find better guitarists than
Eddie Van Halen. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some better
Yeah.
ones.
Like Jimi Hendrix had a style.
I didn't really say yes in agreement. I was just saying that as a filler word because I don't agree and it hurts me to
Well,
say
no.
it.
Jimi Hendrix has a style, right? Eddie Van Halen has a vibe.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen. The thing is, though, he did create a lot of these people. Wouldn't exist without Eddie Van Halen. That's the difference,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh yeah, but you can say that about like a lot of people couldn't exist without Creed. Does that mean Creed is necessarily
No, but like
good?
specifically, what I'm talking about is he created. The thing about Eddie Van Halen is that makes him interesting is he created guitar techniques that didn't exist.
Dude, thanks for doing the work for me here.
Dude, he made something. He did something. So you know how people go. "Ba-na-na-na-na-na," He
Yeah,
made
tapping.
that up.
Tapping.
That didn't exist.
I wouldn't
before
say
him.
he made it.
He
No,
made
people did
the
tapping
he made
before
the
him.
bar. He made. You know how he holds that. He holds a note and then he does it. He did invent.
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was him.
Yeah, it's him.
And none of this would exist without Eddie Van Halen. That's true.
The
I mean,
brown tone.
Sure.
That's a tone that Eddie. That's not that cool.
Yeah,
That's like
no,
a
I
tone
think
that
it's
Eddie Van
cool.
Halen uses.
I honestly think, as much as I love Eddie, my favorite member of the band might be Michael Anthony, the bassist.
You know what?
Because
You know
it's
what?
singing. Because it was singing. Yeah, I agree.
I really do think the bass is always underrepresented.
So good, and
it's
also
pretty solid.
the backup vocals
Yeah,
that he does.
that's
so
I love.
impressive.
That's what I like. Like the
That's like the most
Beautiful
underrated.
Girls. That's what. That's why I like
Oh,
that
yeah.
song.
Ooh,
Yep,
yep.
Out of
yep,
Love.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, what's another song? Ain't not in Talk About Love. The other one.
In
that
fact,
does-
actually,
hold
I
on, give
think
me a
Van
second.
Halen's at its worst when it's only focusing on
Eddie.
on
Yeah.
Eddie.
I
That's
don't.
fair.
When they're working all as a unit,
I
that's like
actually-
their best music.
Yeah, that's why I think. I mean, once I got
I
to
don't
Hagar,
like Eruption. I don't like that song. And I love
It's-
guitar,
it's-
but I
that's
don't
fair.
like
I
that
mean,
song.
it's just a guitar
It's
solo.
just it literally.
I mean, it's one of those. I don't love it either, just because I mean I wasn't alive for. I'm sure when it came out, it's like holy shit.
yeah, you had to
but-
be there. You had
But
to be
and
there.
I like it, but it's also not. It's
Actually,
nothing
maybe
crazy.
that explains Van Halen. Kind of maybe
It
that's
is
my
a habit.
feeling. It's you
Yeah.
had to be there.
I get that. I do get that.
Yeah, they were like when they showed up, it was like this was like crazy.
But
Yeah.
like
We
40
see it-
years later,
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
see it from a Evolution was like, oh, everyone's doing this now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, can they do Master of Puppets though? It's like, okay.
Dude, he's done some stuff that's better than Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets isn't that hard.
Listen,
Alex is also such a good drummer.
I wouldn't know. I'm not big into drums like that.
he's a,
I
no,
wouldn't
I
know.
agree. Like
He's cool.
That's that again. I think that's my point. It's when they all work together,
Yeah.
they all equally show. But when it's the one man show, it's
Yep.
not as
That's
good.
the problem with the Sammy Hagar stuff. It was just Eddie getting into synth,
Yeah.
and it's like I
Yeah.
don't really care about that.
Velvet Underground.
I don't really know much.
They have
about
one good album.
They okay. They are. I would also argue probably the most important art rock band with Bowie. The issue is
They're not as good as Bowie.
no. I never said as good as Bowie. Hold on, stop. Hold on. They are more important than Bowie.
I know so little about them. You can put them literally anywhere, and I'll be fine with it.
But the
I don't
thing
really
is,
know them.
I don't really. They're also just okay.
I tried to listen to.
They're important, but they're not like as good.
I
Like
tried to listen to
purely
their
the
famous
music.
album. What's it called even?
Oh, the banana one.
Yeah, what the hell is that called?
I think that was just called Velvet Underground
yeah.
with and Miko.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, no, it's
It has
a
good
name.
songs. It's pretty good songs.
nothing sounded like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
it
voice
did
crack,
push
that was
everything.
crazy.
Damn,
craziest voice crack
calm
ever.
down. But like, it's not. I like art rock, but this is not my thing.
Yeah,
This is like the equivalent of an Oscar movie where it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I can see why people would like it, and I know why
I don't
it's
ever
important.
think I've
I just
met
really
a real
care.
life Velvet Underground fan. I feel like I know people who would pretend to be into the
Yeah.
Velvet Underground, but
I remember specifically when I was like first getting into new music that wasn't just the popular stuff. I looked on the Rolling Stones album, like what albums you should listen to. if
Oh,
you wanna
yeah,
get into that.
like
and
top 500 or
Yeah,
whatever.
and I listened to that album and I wasn't really blown away. I was
yeah,
like, this is
it's always that
just-
dang banana.
dude. Yeah,
I've
it's,
always seen it.
and it's like
Well,
it's
the
cool.
the banana only works if you have like a physical copy because that's a sticker.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah. If you took the banana off it, they showed a pink banana underneath it
Oh, that's cool.
wow.
because it's a Warhol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes
It's
sense.
an Andy Warhol picture.
They are a
Yeah.
very Andy Warhol band.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
And
yeah,
that,
they're
that
all-
adds
they're
up.
all
That's
right.
perfect. Yeah.
But like,
if you like Andy Warhol kind of stuff, you will like Velvet Underground. If you think Andy Warhol is okay, you're gonna
not
think
gonna
this
be
band is okay.
they're like pretty good. It's not like it didn't blow me away. It's
Yeah,
not like
I think Lou Reed's cool.
Yeah, no, Lou Reed's.
he's a
I
cool
like
guy.
Lou Reed. I like Lou Reed.
I think they're pretty good instrumentally. They're not like
Yeah,
they're pretty solid.
I feel
I
like
can't stand the singing.
yeah, no.
I feel like
for
I'd
me.
probably put it under Cream
I agree.
Yeah,
because my thing. All right.
yes,
Yes.
yes, it's pretty good.
I actually,
Oh, big fan of Yes, actually.
I really like Yes.
I'm a
I
really
do too.
big fan.
I do
think
too. Let's end this on a solid note. They're awesome.
They're
They are
great.
really
They're
good.
really
They're
good
really,
band. Their
really
guitar is
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
They always have some cool.
what's
Some of the craziest
Owner
bass work.
of a lonely heart. I love that song.
Yeah.
Okay, see, actually, they're also another band that had the issue of they had so many eras. So,
Yeah, they do have that new wavy pop era, but I don't think it's bad.
No,
I think it's
they
overplayed.
had more than just
When
that.
did
Oh my-
when did their
so
show me your albums? Which one is the one?
okay. So the one everyone remembers is the one that has Roundabout, thanks to JoJo, which is very funny.
Dude,
which is
JoJo rocks.
so we have Yes, which is like
Oh my god.
yeah, they have a lot.
They
have
released
so
an album in 2020.
Yes, they
Yeah.
still make music. Do you see how
Oh,
many
brother.
members? This isn't all of them. This is
Wow.
not all of them.
Oh well, look at that. Go back to the members. 2 Johns. They both spell their name like me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So like, okay, so
I think I love them.
I think I love
all right, so the string of the Yes album, Fragile, and Closer to the Edge.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a 3
Yeah,
album run
yeah.
that no one will
They don't
ever
even.
be
They don't
shoot.
have. If you go back to the members, they don't have a Tony Iommi that like
Yeah.
stuck with them consistently.
No, because okay, you want to know a fun fact? You want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
Do you know who was actually a part of the band?
No.
You ever heard of Video Killed the Radio Star?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
the
Boggles.
Buggles.
They were in Yes for an album.
All of them.
No way.
That's
Two
cool.
of them.
Wait,
the
what?
two main guys.
What
Huh.
album?
I'm pretty sure it's one of the ones in the. It might be either Big Generator or Union. It's one of the ones, and it's like so.
90125 is a very good album.
Dude, they have such cool
That's a solid
album
album.
art.
Oh yeah, no. It's just they had the issue where there's just such a big jumble of
Yeah.
stuff.
Look at that album art. Them in Asia.
Oh, wait,
So many
Andy
cool-
Yellow. Yellow has some
Yeah.
great albums.
Wait, didn't Asia also come from these guys?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Asian devolved from this.
Yeah.
They just have so much.
That's a lot of the guitar work sounds very similar from Asia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would say like I don't know. I would say all this is pretty solid.
Asia is
That's
pretty
about-
much just if 80s Yes became a band on
Yeah.
its own.
I like their later stuff.
I think
I really do.
I think this is
Who,
the
Asia
hard.
or Yes?
Yes, I like their 80s stuff.
I
like
think
their,
that's their popular stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's like
No,
their
no.
No,
Owner of a
Roundabout
Lonely-
came out in
Absolutely not.
I would say Owner of a Lonely Heart's probably more popular than Roundabout.
Dude,
Hold
no,
on.
JoJo shot that song to new heights.
Hold on, Chad.
Dude,
we're gonna.
JoJo was like the biggest anime for like
Yeah,
a
but
decade.
Owner of a Lonely Heart's. I don't
Okay.
know. I feel like
We're gonna look at Yes right now on the Spotify. This is the real determiner. I'm dead serious. Okay.
Yep.
So
Wow, 302
Oh,
million.
But
baby.
hold on. Let's look at this, right?
Changes. Leave it. Yeah, dude. 90. What is that album?
Yeah, this is like the
90215.
last relevant.
Yeah, that's their.
No, no,
I'm
once-
gonna be honest. I really do think that. Yeah, but if we look at the most popular releases.
Oh, but that's the latest
Hold
release.
on, album.
It's a single.
Oh wait, no, this is giving me popular releases. That's a
Yeah,
single,
it's
so it's
not
these two. It's
125.
these two. And you know what? I'm gonna be that guy. This is okay. This is nothing.
No, it's not
compared
as
to
good.
Fragile,
It's not as good, but it's probably more popular.
the Yes
It
album.
was definitely more popular.
Closer to the Edge. Like these are
Big Generators.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised that that's top 3.
Yeah, that one I'm also very like that's odd. Very odd. But yeah, that's I think
I think they're like a. I don't know if I'd put them A. I like them. I like
I-
them a
yeah.
lot.
I feel like
High B. I think they're.
High B, low A, maybe. They're lower than Fleetwood Mac.
no.
Nah, I like them. I think they're more interesting than Fleetwood Mac.
Mm,
I feel like
uh,
I
yeah,
feel
I can see where
like-
you're coming
Fleetwood Mac kind of makes a very folk. Like all their songs are kind of like just folky.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like a lot.
At
I like
least
prog-
later.
I like
Mac.
prog rock
I don't
more
really
than
listen to early stuff.
I like prog rock more than soft rock that
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac makes.
And I think that they're
Yeah.
almost on the level of like King Crimson. I think they're pretty good.
They're probably above Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
highest in B or lowest in A. This is tough.
Highest in B. I don't think they're as good as Bob Dylan or
Okay.
King Crimson.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not on that
Bob
level.
Dylan's like
I'm okay with this.
untouchable compared
It
to
wanted you to put them below Fleetwood Mac.
it felt.
Okay. All right. Now let's look
Dude,
at
a
this.
couple of these have some solid
All right. Let's look.
JoJo
S-
stands.
S tier looks good.
All right. So hold on. All right. Just want to make sure we got it right. All right. S tier. What are we looking
Dude,
at?
we didn't put any Fs or Es.
I know, right?
Because they were all just like solid bands.
Yeah, there's
no
not really a bad band
bands
on
in
here.
Beatles, Bowie,
right, now let's
Hendrix,
do an
Floyd,
alignment chart.
Rush, Queen, Sabbath. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
fine.
ELO. I could
wait. You know what?
not Queen.
I'm
you gonna put-
bumping Rush down.
Oh.
Yeah, under Queen.
Queen-
That's fair.
I don't
I'm,
disagree.
I'm very on that. I'm on that team.
Honestly, I could see an argument of why Queen could be over Pink Floyd.
I also agree. I think Queen is amazing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put them over Pink Floyd.
I think Pink Floyd.
Maybe I would.
I think Pink Floyd, if you go into their lyrics and you get really in deep, it's all amazing music.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Queen's just better music.
Queen is just I think Queen goes
Yeah.
Queen's under Hendrix.
Yeah, he's not as good. They're not
Yeah.
as good. as
I mean,
Hendrix.
No.
Floyd is still in the top 5. That's still
Yeah.
that's still good. But Queen, I don't think's beating Hendrix.
I think we should give Beatles their own tier.
Yeah.
Bump everything down a little.
Yeah. How about Beatles go in F tier?
I agree. Yellow.
Yellow is
Hey,
so
ELO's
good.
fine. Led Zeppelin's fine. Steely
Steely
Dan's
Dan,
fine.
yeah.
Tom Petty's
Petty's-
fine.
yeah.
Billy Joel's fine. The Who, I like where that's.
Yeah.
Dude, Tom Petty is like.
I
the
think we
locker-
could put
he's
Van
the
Halen
locker
above
room
the
guy.
Doors for John.
What?
I think we can put Van Halen above the Doors. I think I like Van Halen more than I like the Doors.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
I would say about Rolling Stones.
I wouldn't.
You know what? I
You
agree.
think so? Okay.
Dude, it's just because of the longevity of Rolling
Honestly,
Stones.
and you know
They had
what?
more time to mess up.
I think that I'd put Bob Dylan above
Honestly-
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Actually,
Okay, so Bob Dylan above Creedence, and honestly, you know what? Can we put the Doors above the Rolling Stones?
Yup.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Okay, with bumping the Rolling Stones down. King Crimson, you're fine where you are.
I love King Crimson.
Stay dead.
And then he does the coolest sound effect ever.
Yeah. B tier. Wait, hold on. Are we good with A tier? Am I?
Yeah, this is
yeah.
solid.
Okay, B tier, B tier, B
It's a
tier.
very proggy tier. Yes, Genesis, Kansas.
Yeah, because, you know.
Jethro Tull.
You know.
I think we could put. I think there's an argument to be made about putting Boston above. I think
yeah,
or
Boston's low. I feel
Boston
like
can go
Boston's
above
low.
Grand Funk Railroad, and I think Deep Purple is better than Grand Funk Railroad.
I agree.
I don't know about enough. I couldn't name a Deep Purple album as good as Boston's original release.
No.
Machine
no.
Head.
Machine
okay,
Head is
fine.
debatable, but
It's not as good
I'd
as
still say Boston's
Yeah.
debut
Yeah,
is
Boston's
just better.
better. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the issue
Also,
of Boston was so boring after the
represent.
first one. Yeah, that's you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
our boys.
We've been mean to like the Boston bands on
Yeah,
here.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Deep Purple, Grand Funk Road. We can dump Steve Miller under
Dire Straits.
Dire Straits. That's
Yeah, I put them above Allman Brothers.
fine. Jethro
Jethro
Tull. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
I think B's fine. We want to change anything else?
No.
I don't know. I think the Beach Boys could be higher. Maybe that's just me.
Oh,
I think the Beach Boys are
as
better than
much
Elton John.
as we were kind of giving AC/DC a little bit of whatever, I think I like them better than a lot of the bands that are in C right now.
I don't like them better than the Doobie Brothers.
All right, hold on.
I like them
All
way
right,
better
sure,
than
let's
I
see.
like
Heart.
them way better than
I like them
Doobie
way
Brothers.
better than
I like them
Heart.
way better
Alright,
than
right,
Heart.
right.
I like them way better than Aerosmith.
I'm putting them right under Velvet Underground.
Yeah, that's not bad.
They're not as good as Cream, and
No. I think
there's-
this is the good hard cutoff.
Yeah,
they don't even have a stand. So
that's true.
Yeah, well, the band name doesn't, but they do have songs that have that.
yeah, they have
Dirty
and
Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Dirty Deeds Done
And Highway to
Dirty
Hell.
Cheap.
Highway to
Yeah,
Hell.
and there's a Live Wire, the part 7.
That's right, Livewire. That's right. So you
Great
know-
chapter, but also didn't make
Oh wait,
any
no,
sense
no,
to
wait,
me.
wait. They do have a character named AC/DC.
Really?
Oh,
The Pillar
yes,
Man!
yes,
The
yes,
Pillar
the Pillar
Man!
Man, the
The
Pillar
Pillar
Man,
Man!
in part 2, in Pillar Man.
Only
It's spelled Ishi Dishi. It's
Yeah.
spelled-
And Cars is spelt with a K.
Yeah.
So it's not the it's not the band Cars, and Wham is Wamu.
yeah,
Can we put Simon and Garfunkel in E?
yeah, they're actually not as interesting.
I've been
Now
thinking
that
about it. Like I know like 3 songs. I don't like any of them.
we've looked at everything else
Fine.
that people have
Simon
made.
and Garfunkel can go in E. We're not soft rock fans.
I mean, I am, but not them.
Yeah, I'm not a. I'm not
I like a lot of
Simon and
soft
Garfunkel
rock.
guy.
I'm not a Garfunkel. I will say though,
There's other soft rock in here.
the
That's
sound of silence.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Eh.
And Disturbed did ruin it in every single way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Disturbed.
Which fun fact? Hey, remember when I said the last number one song, rock song was the 2 indie
Yeah.
songs.
Oh yeah.
now officially, I think the longest running rock song in the top like 200 singles charts is Disturbed's Sound of Silence.
Ew.
Why the Disturbed version?
If I know, I would have told you.
That makes no sense.
But I don't know why Disturbed's The Sound of Silence is the most popular rock song in a decade.
Yeah, that is strange.
It's because it's bad. Because Disturbed is bad.
Yeah.
This is from someone who actively listens to Disturbed. It's not even like their best cover. Land
I
of
don't know.
Confusion is.
I don't know much of their other covers.
They actually do a couple covers.
I just don't even really know much of
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
They're
I'm,
like
I'm a
punk
new metal
rock.
baby, so I know.
They're cool. They're pretty good. I had a phase of listening to new metal. I like Disturbed.
They have like their Sickness album, horrendous, but 10,000 Fists, great album. That when had Stricken on it. and
yeah,
that
that song. I know that song.
Yeah, that also had Land of Confusion. That's the album that had the cover.
I've never listened to the album. I've never listened to a full Disturbed album.
Well,
I've
I'm just
listened to
going
a
off
lot
of singles,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of new metal. I'm the first ever 18-year-old boomer. I only know all these. I know these
You don't
guys.
know new metal, dude. You don't know. I can't believe you don't actually like Limp Bizkit. I like Limp Bizkit.
I'm just not a Limp Bizkit fan.
Limp Bizkit's so fun.
Hot
I
dog
think-
water. Whew.
Move in, now move out.
Move
know.
in, no move out.
I like Ben Stiller in
Give
the
me s-
Roland video.
Give me something to break.
Oh, okay.
Break Stuff is
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I like break stuff.
yeah. See, who doesn't love break?
I don't know if we
Yeah.
can say this on here. The song name is Nookie, one of my favorite songs.
Oh,
you say that?
dude.
Nookie's so
What's wrong
funny.
with that?
There's also,
I think you know.
there's also that
I
one
do.
song that had DJ Premier on it. Off
They had a
Syncopy.
DJ Premier on a song. That's so funny.
Well, yeah, because Fred Durst was friends with him.
Federer's the man. He was on all. He used to be on WWE in the 2000s, and he got in trouble for flipping off the camera. And so they went backstage, and he personally apologized to Mr.
Oh,
McMahon.
that's nice, actually.
He went backstage. He goes, "Mr. McMahon, I am so sorry. It is a part of my brand." It was so funny.
Yeah, no. Fred Durst is like, from what everyone says, super chill guy. But all right, but I think this is pretty
Fine.
good.
Yeah,
it's solid.
Pretty good list.
Nothing wrong with this.
I
And then
think
Limp
it-
Bizkit S.
I
Limp
think.
Bizkit over the Beatles?
Yeah,
I
probably.
think you guys have convinced me.
I mean, they
Yeah.
made Faith.
Yeah. Goodbye, Wham. They made.
Who's My Generation is better, The Who or Limp Bizkit?
Bizkit.
No. You're. Wait. Pretty sure you mean Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
No, I thought they were,
Behind Blue Eyes. Behind Blue Eyes.
it was
you're
Behind Blue Eyes.
He did. They
Oh my God,
Behind Blue Eyes.
who's talking about My Generation? Is that even The Who?
That's the Who.
That
That's
is
just
The
the
Who.
Who.
That is
That's
The
just
Who.
the
I know.
Who.
I know.
It's
It's
a different
different
song.
songs. Yeah.
Because that was the lead single off the.
Actually,
Fourth
I don't
Limp
mind their
Bizkit album.
Behind Blue Eyes.
You don't like it?
No, I don't mind it.
I like it.
I love
I
it.
don't mind it.
I think it's.
They have cool music videos.
Oh yeah.
It did not translate into his movie directing career, though.
Also, it's very funny that his career died immediately the moment Linkin Park got big.
Linkin
That's a
Park.
shame.
I was never a big fan.
What, a Linkin
Neither.
Park?
Yeah, I like some of their stuff. I like Numb.
First two Linkin Park albums are goated, and then everything else is like.
He tries to get me into that. I'm like, it's all right. And some of it's pretty good. I don't like Pierce Severo personally. I get why people would like it, but
Yeah.
it's just not for me.
It's just, Linkin Park. Wait, hold on. Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, that came out, what, 2001? Oh, we're one year away from the classic rock rule.
Oh,
Oh.
Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
If you're gonna scream,
I always
scream
used to
with
get
me.
Linkin Park
Moments like
and
this, la, la,
Soundgarden
la.
confused.
Why? Oh, the
not?
voice. I get
I
the
don't know.
voice because
I
know.
Chester and them and Cornell are both known.
No, I'm not
for
gonna- I'm not
famous
gonna
voices.
defend it.
They don't sound similar, but they
I'm
have
not gonna
famous
defend it.
voices.
I don't know why.
You should also listen to Sound. They're like my favorite grunge band with Nirvana.
Soundgarden rocks, and
They're
then
so
Temple
good.
of the Dog is good too.
Temple of Dog's pretty good, even though it's mainly about.
It's not as solid as
Mad
Soundgarden.
Season's also pretty good.
I've never heard of that.
I'm pretty sure it's Alice in Chains members and Pearl Jam members.
That's cool.
Alice in Chains.
Before
Alice in
they
Chains.
split into Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I think other than Nirvana, because they really never had the chance to make a bad album.
Yeah.
Alice
Nirvana
in
would be
Chains-
an S tier.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I would
100%.
also put this is in the Butt Rock video that.
Was Nirvana in the Butt Rock video? How dare they?
No, it was Butt Rock and Dad Rock
Okay.
from like '90s Dad Rock.
Okay.
So I think we put Nirvana and Soundgarden in S because I think
Okay.
those are
Soundgarden.
yeah.
Songwriting is very good.
Yeah, they're both
Spoon
super
Man.
good. Oh yeah. The super unknown, like
The Day I Tried to Live.
oh my
Love
god,
that song.
fantastic. So I
That's
would
more my era. That's more the stuff I listen to. I don't know. I listen to a lot of this stuff now, but when I was younger, It was Nirvana. It was Soundgarden.
But yeah,
Alice in
because that's the
Chains.
stuff that I mean. My music taste was derived from like Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So like,
Yeah.
it's like I was listening to the Killers and Weezer and Alice Cooper. Wait, where's Alice
Love
Cooper?
Alice Cooper.
Where's
that
Alice
is crazy.
Cooper?
Have you
Actually, there
heard
is
his
no-
new?
Wait.
Have you heard his new song?
Stop. Where are we putting Alice Cooper? That's how we're ending this right now.
Oh, A.
He has to be the like an A. Like
Yeah.
I put him below Led Zeppelin. Just below. Maybe.
ooh, ooh.
I like him more than Steely Dan.
No, but he does have some of the '90s stuff.
I haven't listened to
Kind of
anything.
stinkers. Well, no, they're not bad. They're not straight up bad.
I don't
But
listen to his 90s stuff.
Okay.
he adapted fantastically to the '80s.
Yeah.
Going straight into glam metal, that feels like a natural.
Yeah, he was great.
for him,
Alice Cooper
yeah.
rocks.
He seems like a good guy.
Oh no. I mean, he obviously does. I think he's like the one like chill rock star that I don't think is bad.
Yeah.
Although he does kind of like, I do like some stuff like Welcome to My Nightmare was a fun album.
Yeah.
And that was like 20, like I was in high school when that came out and he made songs with Kesha. And,
Wow.
and going back to like,
Is he still alive?
Alice
Yeah,
Cooper,
dude, he
makes
released a new
albums.
song last week.
Really?
Black
Last
Mamba.
week.
He's got a new album coming out.
He makes a new album every couple of years. I mean, he's still
Any good?
Black Mamba's awesome. The new single. So
I haven't
good.
listened to it. His
It
past
sounds
couple albums.
straight out of '70s. It's like his earlier Alice Cooper band stuff. It's pretty good.
The thing with Alice Cooper is that I do think like for every good album past, let's say Poison, he's got a couple just.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd put him under Billy Joel
Okay.
Yeah.
or the
Actually,
Who.
yeah, I don't like him as much as I like Steely Dan.
Like okay, because like Alice
Oh,
Cooper.
I would.
Wait,
I'd
hold
put him
on.
under the Doors.
You know what? I was looking and I was thinking. The moment I said that, I immediately thought of the Who and Won't Get Fooled Again, and I was like, wait a second, he did not make anything that good.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's probably a little more. He's probably more consistent than Bob Dylan. If he's still making,
No.
he's not more
No.
consistent than Bob Dylan. Who made
Honestly,
7 bad albums in a row.
no.
At least Bob Dylan was consistently
Bob
bad.
Dylan has a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
He has multiple
He has
10 out of
3.
10s. Alice Cooper does not.
Alice Cooper doesn't have a perfect.
Blonde
album.
on Blonde.
Oh gosh.
How do you feel about Raise Your Fist and Yell? What are your thoughts on that? The guitar work's awesome. But,
It's a good.
It's very cheesy.
It's very. See, that's the thing with the 80s is there's a
Yeah.
lot of cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's a cheesy guy and he's
Oh,
not
absolutely.
afraid to admit it.
His real name is so much scarier than Alice Cooper. Vincent Furnier is a vampire's name. And
Yeah, that is a vampire's name. I like the vibe. I like the performances. I like the hits. Like No More Mr. Nice Guy. That's
Oh, yeah.
easily
$1 Billion Babies. $1 Billion Babies might be
Oh.
perfect.
Under My Wheel. Also underrated.
Yeah.
Very good song. School's Out's classic.
Yep.
I'd say probably above Credence under Bob Dylan.
Yeah, personally, I'm not really a big Bob Dylan fan. I would put him above Bob Dylan, but
But like
I
something,
think,
but like
I think yeah,
I
he's
think
definitely above Credence.
because like all these artists, like I can imagine if someone said I have a 10 out of 10 for me personally, for all these bands, I can see it.
Yeah,
Alice Cooper,
yeah.
I do not think he has a 9. At
What would you
best.
say is its 9? I think $1 Billion Babies might be a 10, or
It's close.
It's very
Some of
close
the
to
B
it.
sides are not that they're not that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That one's up there, and shoot, the one with the snake on it. Killer
Constrictor?
No. I think it's literally called his. Okay, hold on. Can I get the Alice Cooper discog? Yeah, Killer.
Oh,
This one's good. But yeah, I think $1 Billion Babies is probably like a 9, and that's the
yeah,
closest.
that's his best.
But I think like
Desperado, is that an Eagles cover, or is that his own Desperado? I actually have never heard that. Song.
Desperados. It's like I actually forget off the top of my head.
I don't think I've heard this one.
I did a last time I listened to in high school was a deep discog dive in during the pandemic.
Oh.
Desperado. I think that is a cover. Nope, it wasn't. It was about his friend Jim Morrison.
Oh.
Yeah, because he knew everyone because he was
Yeah.
cool. Alice Cooper is like the Snoop Dogg of rock, where everyone's
Yeah,
just friends
yeah.
with him,
He
and he's friends with everyone.
he was one of the first, or the Alice Cooper band was one of the first bands signed to Frank Zappa's label.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's super
I feel like
cool.
that's pretty fitting.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, maybe it makes sense.
Yeah.
This is out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
I
you-
was never a big Alex Cooper fan, really.
You should.
Dude,
listen
look
to
at them in
some-
I
the
like his
70s
positive
with
stuff.
the suits.
That's tough.
That was way pre.
I like Zappa.
Yeah,
Talk my
dude,
hand.
Zappa's awesome.
I'm a big Zappa fan. I like a lot of his music.
Yeah, no, they're.
I'm surprised Zappa wasn't on there,
Yeah.
considering how many of those bands he influenced or had
Yeah.
like some kind of hand in.
I love
Honestly-
Chunga's Revenge.
Chunga's Revenge is awesome.
Yeah,
Charlena.
I'm crying.
Yeah,
Such
it's
a
all
good
right.
song.
So I'll just. Oh wait. This counts as Alice Cooper band,
Revenge of Alice Cooper, huh?
not just Alice Cooper solo. That's weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Very weird. But whatever. All right. Yeah. So I think
I think this
under
looks
Bob
good.
Dylan is fine. All right.
Yeah.
That's our wild card. Alice Cooper.
Where would you put Frank Zappa, Jack?
Oh,
And also Cha. I don't know how much you know
Oh, I'd
Bob
put him-
Steely Dan.
Yeah.
Easy.
about. Agreed.
yeah, Frank Zappa's like more interesting and more influential, I'd say.
But he's
him-
probably the most
Mixed bag.
inconsistent
Yep.
ever.
But like when
He has
he
a couple
hits,
Weird.
Watermelon Easter Egg, obviously.
Yeah.
Great.
What are you saying? It's bad?
Great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite guitar solos.
Yeah.
when it hits, it's better than basically
And
everything.
Apostrophe as an
100%.
album. Apostrophe as an album is like that's on the level of Rumors. Apostrophe is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's everything in A. When it hits, it's better than basically almost everything in this tier.
Yeah.
But he made a lot of bad, bland,
Yeah.
not good music.
I wouldn't call it bland. It's just
There's some
bad.
later
There's some stuff that's
like
just
bland.
some of the stuff I listened to because you told me about him years ago, so I just
Yeah,
tried listening
yeah.
to a lot of his stuff. Some of the stuff is just like it sounds like him, but not like good.
yeah.
It
Have you
sounds
ever
like-
tried listening to The Adventure of Gregory Peccary?
No.
Don't. That is one that a lot of people love. It's not good.
I love like Apostrophe. Obviously, I like
Yeah,
Stinkfoot.
Apostrophe is probably
Stinkfoot's
his
like one of my
most-
favorite songs by him.
I think that's his most
I'm
accessible.
I'm kind of basic. I like Hot Rats the most.
Hot Rats is really good.
Oh,
I-
that's awesome.
I really like that.
I would
one.
say
My
Apostrophe
favorite,
is his most
my favorite
accessible.
album by him is Chunga's Revenge. I think he got weird. He got more. It was more
Yeah.
weird, and he kind of had it. He picked a direction and went in. it, and I like that.
I
It didn't go all over the place.
That's a valid take.
might say Joe's Garage just because I love concept albums.
I love that all of his albums after that are like Joe's Corsage and
Oh
Joe's,
my god,
Joe's
yeah, he has
Mirage.
so many weird albums like that.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a pretty good one. All right, one
Yeah.
more. Are we missing one more classic rock wild
Do we
card?
say Nirvana because they're S?
Yeah, Nirvana's S. I mean, obviously, but like, I'm talking about like old
Yeah, is
classic.
anybody
Old
missing?
classic rock.
Do we need? Is anyone really missing that's actually important? Let's
look at
one more.
Spotify.
One more good one. One more good one.
Check
We got the Frank Zappa. We got the Alice Cooper.
Oh, Bob Seger isn't on here. How old is Bob Seger?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
really
he's
care.
old, but I feel
Oh,
like he's
I'm
not.
playing music waxing.
No. All right. I'm not really that big.
Oh, the
into Bob.
Smiths. They're 70s.
I don't know if they're.
They're like more 80s.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like 60s and 70s. They were big.
Yeah, let me find a.
Oh, America.
Wait, no.
Maybe.
Wait,
America isn't on here.
ABBA.
Oh,
Oh.
solid B. I bet it has a couple good albums.
Yeah.
Nothing on the level of Fleetwood Mac.
They're so fun though.
Yeah,
They're
I
so
think
fun.
I put them above.
As much as I love Deep Purple, I put them right above.
Honestly, I'd put
I
them.
could put them above Rainbow.
I put them.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's fair.
I put them right under Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think under Fleetwood Mac's a good place for ABBA, and that's the last wild card.
All right, now let's immediately transition into JoJo stands.
Okay, JoJo, let's go.